Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to Taupo International Motorsport Park, home of the Valvoline D1NZ National Drifting Championship Pro Sport. It is round number 3 today here. And hi guys and girls, I'm Steve Daniel, part of the commentary team, joined with me, Tony Gallagher. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me along, Steve, and the team here at Taupo for round number 3, isn't it, for the Pro Sport Championship?
Now, we've obviously had qualifying earlier on in the day. We've seen some great qualifying out there, some drivers that we expected to go to the top spot. There's a few big names in there. Pete Drever, what a drive by him.
Yeah, one of my favourite drivers out there. I called it relatively early, but he's a very...
you always do.
Yeah, he's quite flary, you know.
Yeah.
Looking really good out there with his runs as well. He was having a chat to his partner Lika as well. She was saying didn't think that the second run was better than the first, but
obviously the judges did. Clayton Daly, he finished in his qualifying in second position. He'll be on the right hand side of the tree.
We go back to Zach Zayden in position number 3. He'll start from third on the tree. From
there we go to Case Pullenbury, 4th place. Another great qualifying score by Case. Generally don't find too many people that just look as comfortable behind the wheel of a drift car as Case Pullenbury.
Yeah, it looked like it's sort of holding back a little bit as well, somewhat, Case in his qualifying runs too. Then we go to Calvin Clark sitting in 5th position. He's occupy the tree in battle position number 5.
What's that coming down? Is that sunshine here, or is that something slightly different?
Oh,
you know what that is? Yeah, that's a bit of wind and water. That is a whole heap of rain that's starting to flow down.
Some might call it liquid horsepower.
Well, I'm saying it's going to be great for viewing because we won't see any smoke.
There we go.
Oh, there we go. We've got our amazing photographers down there. Huge thank you to all of our media partners. And you can see they're starting to bag up the cameras. Charlie, you're live. Of course, a big thank you to all the team here. Of course, the Tony Quinn Foundation, the track here, and the amazing team here from Taupo International Motorsport Park.
Looking further through that battle tree, Jason Wu, he occupies grid number 6, or position number 6 on that battle tree. Jason finishing up with an 87-point run, tied with Guy Maxwell, who will occupy grid number 7. Then we go to Matty J on position number 8. They will be your top 8 that get an automatic pass through to the top 16 in the D1NZ Pro Sport battle tree. And looking at our battles on the left-hand side of the tree, first up, James Jeffries and Rowan Knowles.
Well, if we go to the very top, Pete Drever gets a pass through into the 16, and the one that you've said, Matty J, he qualified in 8, he's going to get a pass through into 16 as well. Then it's going to come down to an Adam Whitehead versus Curtis Lilly battle. That's not going to happen.
Adam Whitehead troubles, is it, from the qualifying?
Well, I think he basically threw a leg out the side, so... you know, he's been so used to running an RB, got 2 more cylinders, a slightly different chassis, and then everything's gone a bit pear-shaped for him today.
Yeah, obviously with those V8s, they don't run as high RPM, do they, as well, that they're probably used to, especially with the turbo behind it and the thing. So we're looking at Curtis Lilly going straight through to the top 8 as well.
So further down in the 24, Scott Keegan, he's going to go up against Justin Patterson. He qualified in 13th position. If you tuned in live earlier on today, we did miss out his score, but managed to get through, crept in. He was in that bump position, and lucky to probably make it after a 3-point run in his first. Calvin Clark, he qualified in 5th. He's going to go through into the 16. And then another great battle between 2 of my favourite 86s. We've got Jake Farsnage in the tech span versus the 86 fighter of Keisuke Nagashima.
Old versus new when that battle comes through. Looking across to the right-hand side of the tree at the top of the right-hand side, Clayton Daly gets straight through into the top 16. And we have Daniel Edwards versus Johnny Burns.
It's going to be a fun battle.
Guy Maxwell advances straight through, and he will come up against either his teammate Ra Hayder in the Warehouse Auto Parts S15 or Dean Young. That'll be quite a good battle actually between Ra and Dean. We'll see that a little later on.
So further down, Zach Zayden gets passed through. That's Zach Antics on YouTube. He gets in the top 16. Tyler West versus Ryan Parry. That's going to be a battle between 14th and 19th qualifiers.
Jason Wu qualified in 6th with a very respectable run, actually, in his second pass in qualifying. He will take on the winner between Aaron Habib and his E92 BMW or Isaac Aldridge, who qualified in 22nd.
Well, it'll be, I'm sure we've got Guy Maxwell. He's just kicking back, talking to the photographers down there. Guy, who do you want to win? Ra Hayder or Dean Young? Who do you want to beat? You know what? I think it doesn't matter what I think. It looks like we're going to be close to sending our first battle of the day. It's going to be a battle between James Jeffries and Rody Knowles. Rody Knowles, of course, in the MTF Finance S13. That's got a, what is that? That's a RB25.
Yeah, former circuit race car, actually picked up from the South Island and converted into the drift car that you see before you now. And James Jeffries in the S15, the is a Silbury Roofing.
Silbury Roofing, Drew's Automotive. That's an RB 3.4 stroker, 800 plus. I thought we only had a couple of those in the D1NZ, but there's another one.
So James, he's been battling all sorts of demons with that car actually ever since he built that thing. He's got the Winters rear end, he's got the big dog box and everything in it, but having clutch issues, all sorts of other bits and pieces, and just trying to get that car into the reliability stage.
Well, this is the Valvoline D1NZ National Drifting Championship Pro Sport round number 3, and we are straight into top 24 battles as we see Jeffries leading out Rody Knowles.
Jeffries with a bit of a rough start there, riding up over that ripple strip on the initiation as they come down through. Rody Knowles falling a little bit behind. Big dirt turbo as well from Jeffries.
Jeffries comes through, starts trying to arc out that turn, try and hit that inside clip. Where is Rody Knowles gone? He's not even in the shot. Rody, you've got some work to do, mate.
I tell you, we're doing a good job driving through that smoke, though. We lost him in our smoke ourselves on the cameras, let alone seeing him live down in the car.
Well, if you're joining us now on Facebook, welcome along. This is, I hope you're going to enjoy our free live stream. Of course, if you want to see, the live stream is free, but I'll tell you one thing for free, that is, if you're going to go to any event this week, this year, it should be the grand finale of the Valvoline D1NZ National Drifting Championship, 12th and 13th of May, Trust Power, Bay Park Stadium. Tickets, of course, available at D1NZ.com.
There's absolutely nowhere else you want to be that weekend, is there? Bay Park, always a massive, massive round of D1.
Are we Friday, Saturday for that event? I think we are. Yeah, we must be. Friday, Saturday.
So big announcement to come as well in relation to that round?
Yeah, I don't even know what it is. I should pay more attention.
Lots of special guests,
I hear there's lots of special guests. 20 years, of course, D1NZ celebrating 20 years of drifting.
So slight advantage to James Jeffries after that run, you think? There's a couple of mistakes actually, like say on initiation. Jeffries, he put the wheel over on the initiation as well as the dirt turbo towards the end, but Rody Knowles falling back a little bit. But hard to call this one at this stage for the judges. So Rody Knowles turned to run the lead over James.
As we see the return serve, it's going to be the MTF Finance Cambridge S13 with the Silbury S15. It is Rody Knowles' turn to lead out James Jeffries. Rody coming through, he'll kick it into life.
James very shallow again on the chase through the initiation point, isn't he? Rody though doing a good job out front.
Running that inside line. He was a little bit off his line. Another big dirt turbo. Now that's the only thing, and that is going to see Rody Knowles get through. It's going to come back and they'll have to just confirm that the judges saw Rody finish the previous lap, but that is going to be enough to send Rody through. Unfortunate.
As he comes across the stream there.
No, he's going to make the most of of the time out there in the Silbury Roofing Limited S15.
So rushing a little bit wide there through the latter part of that section, the big dirt turbo coming off the back of Jeffries' car. But good to see him get a couple of those passes through. Hopefully that's not anything clutch related like he's been having those issues with. But Rody Knowles, MTF Cambridge, expected. So I told you there was a little bit of water in the wind. It wasn't anything that you were going to say starting with R, was it? Anything in A?
No, I thought I'd rein that in. I don't even apologise. Alright, well, it looks like we're getting ready for our next battle of the day. We're still waiting for these two cars to make their way back in, and we'll find out who the winner is. Going through to face our top qualifier, Pete Drever.
Scott Keegan there sitting in front of Justin Patterson in the MTF Finance Cambridge. The other one, the black one.
Well, here we go. We'll go now and see
course, our three judges, Ben Jenkins, Sam West and Kurt Blackie, up on the hot seat tonight.
All right, and the thumbs up. Nick gives a thumbs up. Brody will go through. Roddy Knowles, sorry. They'll head back off. Is that rain or grain on the picture?
So Roddy will have number one qualifier Pete Drever up for his next battle. He'll certainly have his work cut out for that one. Scott Keegan now, warming up the tyres in the scrub box. After some early issues in the day with qualifying, managed to bank himself, I think about a 71 it was in the end.
I'll just get some heat into those rear tyres and send them.
Justin Patterson winding up with a 56.5, so landed him in 20th spot. So Scott Keegan will lead them out for the first run.
Well, off they go. Next battle of the day in the top 24 to find a space in the top 16, and it will be Scott Keegan who will lead out in the Two Brothers C33. Gets nice and deep to start his lap. Starts bringing the nose down, get ready to switch. Look at the size of that car. Hits that inside clip, probably a little bit off, but you'll see him make his way back up the hill and set himself up for the hairpin, Tony.
Oh, big straight line from Justin as well as he tries to close the gap up on Scott. Scott was good in his zone as well. Didn't quite get to the outer zone on the final corner, but doing enough, exactly what he needed to, I think, up front with Justin ahead of him. So yeah, Justin a little bit messy on the late part of that run, straightening up. He's trying to close the gap. He sort of left himself behind a little bit. Bit of catching up to do. So he'll have his work cut out for him as he makes the lead run for Scott next time around.
And here is the battle between the 86s. Certainly one of the battles I've been looking forward to seeing today. Jake Fastner's just finishing off his scrub. It's in the Texman GT86, but next to him in the 86 Fighters AE86, it's our man Keisuke Nagashima. Torque Performance 86 Fighters. It's a 1985 AE86 Corolla Levin SR20 Turbo. That thing there, every time it comes out, max style points.
There's a couple of guys getting ahead of themselves a little bit, scrubbing up a bit too early. Still got the second half of the Justin Patterson Scott Keegan battle.
A couple of 86s wanting to. It's the battle of the 86. It's exactly what happened. The same battle they had last year here. I think that was to go through from the top 8, so a little bit earlier for these two. But we'll go to the second half of the battle, and it will be Justin Patterson's turn in the MTF Finance Cambridge S13 to lead out Scott Keegan. This is round 3 of the Valvoline Pro Sport Championship part of the D1NZ, celebrating 20 years.
Justin Patterson leaves them over the hill a little bit wide on initiation. Scott Keegan keeping nice and close. Justin getting out of wide as well there. So Scott probably knows there's a little bit of advantage there.
Lots and lots of angle. It looked like Keegan might have actually got a bit of a push on earlier on. The slight bobble to set himself up, but they're both coming down into the hairpin. Again, you see the bobble for Justin Patterson. He'll come through to finish. A clean lap by him, but I think, though, it's going to come back down to what happened in his first one.
So yeah, one of the first drivers to see filling out that outer zone on the final corner as well was Justin that time round. A great lead run from him, but the mistake that he made at the latter part of that of his chase run, unfortunately.
So Justin Patterson qualifying in 12th position. No, he was a 12th to qualify. Qualified in 20th position. Best score, I think, was a 56.5. But here comes the battle we spoke about earlier. The battle of the 86s. Torque Performance 86 Fighters AE86 out of 1985. It is Keisuke Nagashima and that guy Drift Tech Span on the side of the LS We'll have a look and see who's going to go through from this battle. Is it going to be Scott Keegan on the left-hand side? Will it be Justin Patterson? It will go down to our judges. Of course, our judges, 3 pro drivers from the 2023 Pro Championship. We've got Sam West on style. He's got all of that. Lots of angle by Kurt Blackie, and the man on the line, Ben Jenkins, and the thumbs go up, and it will be Scott Keegan. That's what we saw. Of course, Scott Keegan will go through. He'll be stoked with that.
So yeah, issues early on, as we say, for Scott Keegan. He had a 0-point run, had to go through a mechanical just to qualify, and then managed to run down a 71 late as the 86s leave the line. It's old versus new, old leading out first.
Well, let's see how they go with the 12th position qualifier, Keisuke Nagashima, and look at the speed of Nagashima's car. Goes through and absolutely firing it in there. Jake's going to have some work to do to go up and close that up, and he's only going to do that by shallowing up his line. The speed of the A86.
Keisuke doing a really good job up the front there. Got a real good jump on him, which was, he knows that he's probably the lower powered cars out of everything that's here. And Jake Fastenich just unfortunately almost caught napping, wasn't it?
Well, a solid drive by Jake, but that getting caught napping at the end is probably going to be something that's going to see probably a points deficit between himself and Keisuke. Keisuke did exactly the same thing last year. I think people don't... I think they underestimate the speed of that car. We know it's really light as well.
So what's he running under there, 4A?
SR. SR 20. Yeah, I'd be happy with a 4H. 3TGTU would be the one. Only the old people would probably know what I just said just then.
I'm going to pretend I don't know what you're talking about then, because I'm not old.
Oh. Brendan Dunker would know all about that.
One of the most beautifully presented cars out there.
I thought you were going to say one of the most
86.
beautiful judges. When everyone knows it's Kyle Jackways. And Chucky. Well, second half of the battle, they're making their way around. They'll go and take the inside pass on our next battle. That'll be on the right-hand side of our tree, which will be Daniel Edwards qualifying in 15th versus Johnny Burns with his World of Tires. If you're into drifting, you'd certainly need to have a World of Tires, wouldn't you? That's okay. That's it. You can move with that car.
So, News turn to lead out against old Jake Fastenage in the Tech Span 86. Needs to make up a good bit of deficit in points here.
This is this is a battle to see who goes up against Calvin Clark. Let's have a look and see what Jake Fastenage can do. Jake pushes out. Not as wide as we'd probably like, but still a nice clean start to his run. And look at Keisuke right on the door. Don't run yourself out of room, Keisuke.
Sticking right with him, that proximity. Doing a really good job. Oh, dives right up the inside. It's going to cause him a bit of trouble.
Look at that. There was definitely contact, wasn't there?
Oh, so an interesting one to call here for the judges now. A little mark on the very right front of that car that comes in under us there, Steve. So it was suggesting that your contact was definitely evident.
So how long is the track here, though, like if we look at the full circuit?
Oh, look at that. 3.45 kilometres, the entire circuit.
How long is the back straight?
1.2, I think.
You must have been in a few cars down that back straight.
I have definitely been in a few cars down that back straight.
What's the coolest and the fastest you've been down the straight?
Porsche GT3.
Okay.
One of the best cars I've ever driven, actually, a Porsche GT3.
Oh, you drove it?
Yeah.
We couldn't get out on the track, but I once drove a McLaren down the highway, and I was going the speed limit.
I'm sure you were.
The driver said, the owner of the car who was sitting in the passenger seat said, here, I'll turn the traction control on, just give it an absolute bootful, Steve. So I did exactly that. He'd turned the traction control off, and next minute I've got a McLaren sideways. Only a little bit sideways.
I was here that day. That's not a certain Jesse's McLaren, was it?
I don't know what you mean by Mr. Greenslade. Love that man. Don't stay in Dubai. Come home.
So interesting call here for the judges.
Left for Keisuke, right for... Well, there's no sliders. But if there was sliders, we would go right for Jake. Which way is it going to be? Come on, Nick. What do you think?
Watching a replay on the live stream.
I think they might be watching a... They're watching a replay.
They're replaying the live stream, yeah.
Why are we watching a replay? I'm sure the people at home would like to watch a replay.
They're rewinding their live stream so they can watch it.
Oh, so there's a delay.
Yeah. We're sorting out the live stream replays.
Just like on the top with the current page.
Quite a lot of thinking going on over there, isn't there, Steve?
I wouldn't know. I can't see it.
It's the steam coming out of Kurt Blackie's head. There's a lot of thinking.
Definitely not coming out of his legs. I think Kirk definitely keeps his feet planted on the ground, because if he got too much elevation, they'd probably break. My wife's sitting next to me. She just slapped me for that comment.
One more time. So it was a hard one to call. We're not mad to see Keski back out there again against an 86R.
I went down to the judges because they're all pro. And, you know, I think most people would know that I cannot stand an OMT. I think they're complete. But anyway, we don't have to go over that. But I said to them all, did you know if there's an OMT this weekend by any of you judges, you lose me mentioning your sponsors on television in the next round? Trying to, like, I mean, I'll try anything I can. But they laughed and he said, you know, I love seeing that. I did say if there is, it's okay with Keski because I love his car. So there we go. All right, straight into it. It's our next battle. It's on the right-hand side of the tree. It's Daniel Edwards leading out Johnny Burns. Burns and the Laurel. Again, a gap's started to build between these two here.
Edwards a little bit wide through that centre section clip there. Trying to push nice and wide on the hairpin. Oh, Burns pushes wide as well, straightens up. So it will be advantage Edwards.
Rock and rumble for the 2JZ under the bonnet of that beautiful 180. But the World of Tires, he's going to be a world of hurt after that push down in the hairpin.
So a bit of a gap started out as well from Edwards. And Burns just trying to play catch up the whole time, putting the pressure on himself late in the run as well. And that straight line will hand a huge advantage across to Edwards. As Ra Hayter and Dean Young sit there patiently waiting to scrub in on the next battle. Of course, huge g'day to everyone tuning into the live stream.
Just love OMTs. OMRs. Let's change everything to an OMR.
Is that an advantage to the lead driver though, just by having his only lead run, or is that, well, his advantage?
If it helps, I just don't care.
Just get it done, he reckons.
And then have fun.
So looking around at the hills here, a little bit misty-ish, but the track's staying dry at the minute.
Well, let's have a look at the second half of this battle on the right-hand side of the tree. It's Daniel Edwards going up against Johnny Burns. Johnny Burns will lead out. In the World of Tires, Burns Concrete Lane, RB25 C33 Nissan Laurel.
So Burns turn to lead out. Edwards got some a little bit of advantage, so we can take it a little bit easier. As Burns initiate, good initiation, doesn't quite get to that out of zone. And Edwards sticking with Burns as well. Good smoke from Burns in the lead position.
Nice angle by the chase driver, really going for that proximity. He's going to be right on the door coming through. Burns a little bit off this line, fills out that outer zone though, outer clip, and they'll come through to finish.
Yep, that was great. Thanks, Sam.
So, Daniel Edwards, Johnny Burns. My totally uneducated and unbiased opinion.
Just be biased, it's
Potentially
more fun.
Edwards.
Own it.
After the mistake from Burns in the chase run in the first pass. So Raheda and the Warehouse Auto Parts S15 to scrub in first against Dean Young. Winner of this battle will go through to the other Warehouse Auto Parts competitor, Guy Maxwell, in the S13.
Ra got an EFI and turbo tune 2JZ, producing about 450 kilowatts. MSE turbo too. What else has he got on that thing there? One of the many Winters diffs that have seemed to have taken over. Is he only running a G-Force box in it? There we go, I learned something. But we'll find out who won this battle here. On the left-hand side, we've got Daniel Edwards. On the right-hand side, we've got Johnny Burns. Got a plastic bag on the left-hand side too. There we go. Burns gets the nod. Oh, sorry, Edwards gets the nod, and he'll go through.
So Clayton Daly next on the list for Daniel Edwards.
Top 16 battle for these two drivers. But this one here is to go up against Guy Maxwell. Is it going to be Dean Young that takes the win? Will it be Raheda? Raheda, the high qualifier, qualified in 10th position. Dean Young, 23rd position, so not a qualifying position he would have liked. We're going to see how this battle goes as we see the first half of it head out onto track. Hayda, the higher qualifier, leads out first time. Warehouse Auto Parts on the door of this 2JZ powered Nissan S15. Raheda straight into action.
Throws it and doesn't quite get to that outer zone where he needs to be, but throwing some good angle down through the middle part of the section. Good switch as well. Dean Young sticking with him though. Nice tidy run in the chase. Raheda now pushing all the way through to the hairpin, getting it nice and wide. Dean Young a little bit shallower and a little bit straighter, not quite as much angle as Ra. And Ra gets right out to the outer point as well. Good lead run from Ra actually, that one.
Nice solid lead by Ra. Are we going to see Ra ever move into pro?
That might be Shantala's call.
Looks like he's going to do pro sport for another season. Are we going to see Guy move into pro?
Oh, that might be Steph's call.
Looks like he's doing pro sport too. Hard to call an advantage on there. I think this one's definitely going to need to see lead for lead, chase for chase between Raheda and Dean Young. See a couple of cars lined up waiting to go again. That'll be our second to last battle in the top 24. Tyler West versus Ryan Parry. As we can see, our last next couple of cars will make their way back around the circuit.
Nice and leisurely on their way back around to the start line, these two.
Yes, they're certainly taking their... Trying to find a word that I could use that wasn't going to get me in trouble. Sweet as time. There you go.
Ra just flicking those wasps on the way past Dean there. Not sure what the goal was there.
I'm glad that he's been able to sort that out. If you guys came through, watched a bit of qualifying in his first run, looked like he was trying to fly spot something inside of his car.
Like
What's happening now?
Looks like he's holding up the five fingers for a 5 minute. Bell is it from Raheda on the way past Launchmaster Willie there.
Launchmaster Willie, one of the most famous people in New Zealand drifting. He's got more say than anyone else. While Ra Hayter making his way back to the pits. Just make sure that.
So we'll see the 5-minute clock come out for Ra as soon as that's up on axle stands, isn't it, the rule? Once it's up and clear on axle stands, if they need to work on it.
So of course, we're right in a flight path here in Taupo. We've got the, what is it, aerodrome? Little runway next door, grass runway.
Yeah, the glider club.
Glider club. Yeah. So one of the things that we, you can't generally fly a drone within, you can't fly a drone around an airport, and of course we're within about 100 metres of one. Sam West, just in Sam West. So we're actually not allowed to fly into turn 1, but we are allowed to fly on the circuit.
Next battle on the line, Tyler West against Ryan Parry.
Tyler West, the higher qualifier, qualified in 14th, going up against the 19th place qualifier is Ryan Parry. Parry in red. Let's see how these two go as they head out into their first battle of the day. It's the Fleet Tires 2JZ S14 who will lead out Parry in the active what?
Active VMA.
That's the one.
So good lead run so far from West. All gets a bit shallow on the ripple strips through the centre part of that section. Ryan Parry closing the proximity up. Oh, big straight line.
There we go. That's how you throw it. Parry finishing it.
So a bit of a trend in the first few battles there, Steve. A few straight lines towards the latter part of the section from the chase drivers.
Got to do the mahi if you're going to get the treats, eh?
Is that on a list of lines that you're supposed to throw into today's?
Mate, you know you've done it when you finally cook the chicken. Kenny Ruddle says that everything should always have some food connotation in it.
Every time?
Any opportunity to mention a bucket of KFC. Like right now, the boys from Oversteer TV watching a whangarei are cheering that I have mentioned chicken. Chicken at E-Fine Turbo's not happy because I didn't mention him. Dean Young, what are you doing? You're just parking up. We're going to find out what's going on. That's okay. The people down there in the pits, that they know that that we'd like to know, and somebody's going to send us a message.
So Ra Hayter on the 5-minute bell down in pit lane. 7-2 Motorsport crew working away.
Look at that.
Is that from Adam Whitehead, is it?
Yeah, I've just been sent a Snapchat from Adam Whitehead. Sorry to laugh, but Adam's looking for an LS. So if anyone could, Simon Lee has an LS. Oh, hang on. Let's just.
Second after the battle leads the line. Ryan Parry leading out Tyler West.
So I'll come back and tell you exactly what happened. Thank you, Ra.
Oh, bit of a touch there on the initiation.
A lot deeper for Ryan Parry too. That's a good lead run to start. Let's see how he goes as he comes through. Looks like, yeah, he's well off his clip there, so he's going to be deducted for that, but it's going to come down lead to lead, chase to chase.
Tyler West doing a great job. Always made contact there late in the piece. And push Parry nice and wide.
That's nice. Oh, God, watch the switchback.
And I was meant to go to third through the middle and then third on the hairpin.
Okay, I was just listening to make sure there's no swear words. We're good. Here we go.
Gearbox linkage fell off, Steve. We were stuck in fourth gear that run, and I was meant to go to third through the middle and then third on the hairpin. But it was in fourth, man, so she was a bit of a handful, but should be good.
There we go. So it was a gearbox linkage. Thank you, Ra.
It's a very technical live cross you've got there, Steve.
Oh, I've got the power to do anything. I've done that numerous times. You just call them and you hope that they'll answer. And then you've got to do that special thing when you plug your system into our interface.
So Ryan Parry and Tyler West make their way around the back.
Bit of go-karts in the background. Been on those?
No, I haven't yet, actually.
Oh. I'm definitely a bit of a fan of go-karts. Sort of power to weight isn't really there for me, but unsprung weight.
So interesting call to make as well for the judges. This one, there's a bit of contact late in the piece from Tyler West on Ryan Parry, but Ryan a little offline, certainly through his lead run as well.
Don't forget, if you want to tell us who you think's going to win, please feel free. Disagree with the judges, probably I'll get in trouble for trying to entice you guys to say silly things, and you guys will get blocked, so let's not do that.
2 minutes 30 left on the right.
So Ra Hayter's got 2 minutes 30 left on his on the clock. He's on a quarters 5 minute bell. Daniel Smith is watching.
The boys working hard to get that gearbox linkage fixed. Hopefully it's simple as a pin or a bolt of some sort.
Waiting on a result for judges.
So Tyler West to the left, Ryan Parry to the right. Looking for a decision in the Ryan Parry-Tyler West battle.
Tyler West goes through.
And there we go. Thumbs up. Tyler West goes through. So Tyler West will be going up against Zach Attack, Zach Zoden. Jason Wu gets a pass through. So our next battle will be Aaron Habib versus Isaac Ulrich. That's BMW versus BMW. Oh, he told me what it was and then I didn't listen. Yeah, oh no, we're going to see the second half of the OMT between Keisuke Nagashima and Jake Fastnage. Jake off to Japan in a couple of days' time. He's going to go up with Sky Zhao and the Drift Academy team. Eat some great kai over there in Japan and go up and check out a couple of cool circuits. So Bisu certainly has to be on the menu.
Haven't been to Japan, have you? I'd absolutely love to go.
Definitely keen to do that. Hey, look, there's people ringing me.
So Keisuke leading out, and the old is good. Put a little less gap of this time off over Jake. He obviously caught him out in the first half of their other battle. A little bit off line.
See Jake just sort of washing that, dragging the car out a little bit. But oh, you can just hear the noise of Jake's car, the LS over the SR.
Closes that proximity right up towards the end of the final corner. It might have been too little too late in that run.
I don't think that, I think Keisuke didn't probably do himself too many favours in an OMT, really, because he gave his early jump away.
Jake didn't quite let him get away as fast as he did in the first one.
So they'll tour around, do their second half. So, of course, next weekend we've got Manfield Circuit. Chris Aim on round number 4 of the D1NZ Pro Championship. Fanger Dan Woolhouse leads on 280 points from Kurt Blackie on 196. Taylor James only 2 points behind at 194. Dave Steadman joining the title hope as well on 182. Of course, next weekend featuring the Golden Homes GTNZ finale, the Toyota 86 Championship. It's their penultimate round. Ryko 24/7 Utes and the Napa Formula Fords. Trade Zone GTR NZs, and I think it is round 15 or something of the Super Sprint Motorsport New Zealand Championship. But that's one round. There's one other round that we certainly want to talk to you about, and that is the Bay Park Grand Finale at Trustpower Bay Park Stadium. The corporate boxes have sold out. VIP is almost sold out. Get in quick. And of course, a big announcement coming in this week about that event. And we've just also discovered that we are going to bring you Pyro Company fireworks at the end of the night. There's going to be fireworks on and off the track where champions will be crowned. The grand finale of the Valvoline D1NZ National Drifting Championship, 12th and 13th of May. You got to be there as we go to the second half, the last half of this OMT. This time, Jake Fastnage, it's his turn to get that Texpan 86 out there.
So Jake leading out the second half of this battle. Keisuke trying to do what he can to stay in the competition. A little bit shallower than Jake through the centre part there, but closing up the proximity. Jake with big smoke. Keisuke's almost going to get lost on that, isn't he? But keeps it up with him.
Just tries to shallow up a little bit, manages, well, it looks like the camera angle gave him, was telling lies. Looked like he came back that proximity, certainly does there. Got to watch the switchback or it's going to take out your front bumper. And you'll see these drivers will head, what's all of that stuff along the track? Oh, that's the remnants of Adam Whitehead.
LS blood, I think.
Poor old Adam. So yeah, if anyone, Simon Lee has a motor that they could maybe allow Adam Whitehead to use, Simon Lee, that would be awesome, Simon Lee. Did you know that Simon Lee's got an LS sitting there? He's taken it out of his 300 ZX.
Ra has made it out for the second place.
And it looks like just hear the rumble of a 2J. That sounds like Ra Hader has made it out there, so he'll go back out. And how good is Ra? Just sent a message through to commentary.
That's good.
That's what Legends are made of.
As Fastenage and Nagashima make their way around, find out the result of their battle. Another tough one maybe to call for the judges. I mean, my very uneducated, hard to call. I couldn't put my thumb either way on this one. If it's style, which way are we going?
The 86.
If it's line, which way are we going to go?
The 86.
And I think for angle, the 86 will win.
Yeah. That's actually got a Subaru badge on the front.
The BRZs.
Keske advances.
So-
Yeah, Keisuke Nagashima gets the nod, will advance and take on Calvin Clark. Calvin Clark Armstrong going to go up against Keisuke Nagashima in the top 16.
So, a couple more results to come to find our top 16. As Dean Young warms up the tyres in the scrub box for the second half of the Ra Hader Dean Young battle. So Ra only having fourth, if you didn't hear it properly, only having fourth gear. He wanted to switch back to third in the latter part of the section, but had to have a handful of a car, according to him. Stuck in fourth gear, so the linkages all sorted and back out in time. So whether they got that fixed or not, or whether he's just going to send it in fourth all the way through the section. Either way, 7-2 Motorsport team doing a great job getting that car back out there. Dean Young leads them out as they leave the line. And sitting it very wide on initiation there from Dean Young.
All right, well, we're going through at the moment.
There we are.
Dean Young leads out, hits his inside clip, makes his way down into the hairpin. Here comes Ra, really trying to close that gap again.
Oh, he's overcooked it a touch.
And he's overcooked his chicken. But Ra just assisting with the enjoyment of the world right now.
So won't be happy with himself after that. Of course, sacrificing proximity right at the end, wasn't he? Closed the gap right up and was right up on the door of Dean. One of the closest battles we'd seen so far, but over-rotating in that final corner.
Not sure which one of our amazing admins are monitoring the live stream at the moment, but I see somebody's written the judging is pretty fair. And one of our admins has told them lies and said our judges are legends: Kurt Blackie, Sam West and Ben Jenkins. Who do you think it is? It's not me. It must be Kenny Ruddle must be adminning. I think there's about 30 admins on this page.
Little shout out to Ryan Bentley there on the live stream. Yes, it is me on the microphone today. Thanks to Steve for the invitation-ish. Or the forced knock-knock coming in.
How did it go? What are you up to today? Bro, come over here, quick.
I'll be there in an hour.
You said 45,
Well,
and you made it in 40. There's a couple of people that are very happy. Troy Cook's happy to see Keisuke Nagashima. He'll also be happy to hear the word Talk Performance Developments, a great company that gets in behind quite a few of these drivers. Keisuke, of course, one of the spoons in Pro. That was a S2000 joke.
Two BMWs on the line. Isaac Aldridge in the Landmark LS powered VNW.
Yeah, well, it has to be. But it's not an LS, it's a 2J. There's no other motors. There's an SR and there's RBs.
Aaron Habib in the Max Civil 2J powered E92 BMW. Scrubbing up those tyres as well.
I just confirmed with Aaron. I was like, Aaron, I just want to confirm. How do I say it? Is it Habib? And he's like, oh my gosh, that's absolutely perfect. Yes, that's exactly how. But everyone else calls it Habib. I'm like, do you mind if I just say your name like, properly? He said that'll be much appreciated. All right, let's see who's going to win this battle of BMWs.
Aaron Habib leaving out, qualifying in 11th. Isaac 22nd qualifier position.
See how they go as Launch Master Willie sends him from the line. Just let him go, Willie, because I said so. Do you know tickets are selling fast for the grand final on the 12th and 13th of May?
There's actually nowhere you want to be that weekend apart from at Bay Park Stadium. Such a great show. The rescue crew are just shooting over off screen to nowhere.
The scoria on the track. Is that what you call it?
It is scoria here, yes. It's not sand traps.
There we go. I mean, you just dig a little bit deep and anywhere near Taupo and you're going to find scoria or hot water. All right, let's see what Aaron Habib can do. Get that Big Mac flowing out there on track. It's the battle of the BMWs. Isaac Orridge, what can he give back to him?
Habib showing some good pace out front of that BMW. Nice big machine throwing it down through the middle part of the section. Nice big angle after the dip as well. A little bit of a bobble, straight line coming up into the hairpin, and a little bit shallow on entry as well, which means he's going to miss the inside clip on the last corner, but he will get the outside zone.
He'll grab that outside one.
So not the cleanest of leads from Aaron Habib there in the E92 BMW.
There is probably nothing I would want to do least in drifting and face one of the 7 Deuce 7 Motorsport boys. Of course, the Warehouse Auto Parts cars. And then Dean Young had to go up against Ra Hayder, and now he's going to go up against Guy Maxwell. Did I get burnt or you?
Ra Hayder's commenting on the live stream himself, telling us what he thinks of his run.
Oh, Ra. No. Everyone can just go into Ra's comment and just share some love.
Yeah, give us some love. Love reacts only on Ra's comment.
You know what you can do, though? You can just call for angry reactions and they just come across the screen.
So Aaron Habib and Isaac Aldridge make their way back around. The winner of this battle will get Jason Wu in the top 16. Isaac Aldridge to lead out the second half. So Isaac did a pretty good job of chasing.
Told you.
There they are, look at that. So yeah, somewhat untidy-ish run from Aaron Habib up front.
Let's see what happens in the second half of the matchup here. It's battle time, top 24 battle, trying to find the last spot in the top 16, and it's Isaac Orridge. It's his turn in the Landmark Homes BMW to lead out Aaron Habib.
So Aaron keeping the proximity there nice and close, needs to put all the pressure he can on Isaac on the second half. Looks like he knows that as well. Good smoke and good angle. Takes up a little bit of a dive and a bit of a bobble. He's going to end up being shallow as Habib. Straight lines as well. So Isaac Aldridge doing a great lead run and everything he needed to keep what he may have had as an advantage. Yeah,
Habib certainly, that bobble that he came through at the end is going to potentially cost him. Could cost him quite a lot.
Has been a little bit shallow on entry to the hairpin all day, actually. If you were
the love for Ra's comment.
Oh, look at that!
There we go. There's a 9 love reactions and 2 people laughing at him. Surely they have to be from Team DSR. That's the sort of thing those guys would do. Joe and Zane giving him the laughing.
I wouldn't want to laugh at Ra. Have you seen the size of that guy? Or his biceps? Although he probably wouldn't hurt much.
I love Ra. He's a good man. Well, this person here, what's the name on the side of that grey car? What's it got a sponsor there?
ABC Drift Kids.
ABC Drift Kids.
Pete Drever.
Imagine if they had a couple of those books to give away to anyone here at Taupo International Motorsport Park, and not on the live stream because we don't want to send them because I'm too tight to carry your tickets.
Word has it that Pete said if he qualified in first, he's going to make Leaker give away a couple of these books.
Oh, I just said it was Alex has got a JS Racing, but that thing is spoon-fed. Yeah, my apologies. But Troy, I got you.
For the gold car, there was only like $800 because I could use an aftermarket one, whereas the rally car is getting beaten on.
So down looking for a result in the Isaac Aldridge, Aaron Habib battle.
Sorry, can you confirm that to Nick again, please?
And Isaac Aldridge with the thumbs up.
Well, that will tell us who is going through into the top 16. So, top 16 battles, we've got Pete Drever going up against Rody Knowles. Matty J will be going up against Curtis Lilly. Case Pullenberry gets to take on Scotty Keegan. Calvin Clark will go up against the OMT team, of which was Keisuke Nagashima taking the win on that. Who we got on the right-hand side?
Clayton Daly will take on Daniel Edwards. Guy Maxwell will have Dean Young. Zach Zayden will take on Tyler West. And Jason Wu will have Isaac Aldridge. As the first top 16 battle leads the line, Pete Drever leads out Rody Knowles.
Battle of a couple of S13s, and off we go with Pete Drever. He qualified extremely well today. Rody Knowles had a lot of work to do, and Rody really trying to close up the gap between himself. Look how shallow he's running, Pete. Absolutely flying.
Pete staying nice and composed in front there. He's under all sorts of pressure on Rody. Rody with a big dive up the inside is going to be too shallow going around the hairpin. He's going to stick it with Pete though. He's doing all he can. And while there's a great possibility run, Pete Drever though with a great lead.
Now, one of the things that you said, like he's I actually think that there's a chance Drever might have actually pushed a little bit further wide than he should have, which was actually what gave. It almost looked like Rody in the hairpin was the person that was online. Drever, though, a great solid lead run.
So Rody with a few wasps hanging around his car on the way through the end of the hairpin as well.
Yeah, the drivers have been told they're not allowed to put their hands out the window and give the chair bros and the yoses.
So what are we going to do to give away these books anyway? A couple of books up here. Have we got any younger generation?
Well, there won't be any along the front straight here, sadly, because we're not allowed to have. What about that little boy over there? See a couple down there. There's a little fella down there. That one over there's got his back to us. Oh no, that's Clayton Daly. Yeah, hey. Well, I thought he was only a kid, but you got any kids yet? You have. I'll drop this off to you. How many? You got this many?
None that he knows of.
Yeah, okay, we got you. Seaton needs them.
So the second half of the battle between Rody Knowles and Pete Drever in the ABC Drift Kids S13 against the MTF Cambridge bright yellow S13. Rody leads them out this time.
See what Drever can do as he comes through and tries to close up that gap straight away. Rody Knowles really hammering it down. See both a couple of S13s out there. 2 JZ, I think it's 1.5 JZ, might be a 2 as well, as they come through and make their way back up the hill. Good
solid lead run this time as well by the looks of Rody. Pete keeping the proximity on the chase as well. That's going to be a tight one to call on the second half. You saw something that I didn't maybe in the first half of that battle though, Steve?
Yeah, the judges want to see it though. So I'm expecting this just to go OMT. So learning is fun, but it's even better when you get to do it sideways. So if you want to get yourself a copy of the ABC Drift book, it's really cool. On Instagram, it's at abcdrift_kids or hashtag ABC Drift Kids, www.abcdriftkids.com.
As we make it one of the first kids, if you're here on the grandstand or out on the hard stand and you're under the age of
whatever
8,
sure,
the first person to make it up here and find us wherever we are.
Yeah, we're upstairs
on the 3rd floor.
Yeah, and Vicky will, the first person
to find Vicky Daniel.
Yeah, hey, that's my wife. Here, give that away.
Will get themselves an ABC Drift.
You've only got one to give away because Seaton's got the other.
So just be careful of moving cars in the pit area, please.
Oh, all this health and safety stuff. Look at you go. Hey, look, is there any kids coming?
We might be able to see any kids running as fast as they can up here to get an ABC Drift Kids book.
I think they've all got them because they know they're such great books.
So Rody Knowles makes his way around.
Who else can I embarrass? I think John Atwood needs one of these. Yeah, see where the cards are stopping?
So number 1 qualifier Pete Drever and number 17 qualifier Rody Knowles.
Who do you think's going to get it? My money's on Drever because we just gave him a massive plug to the ABC
There
Drift
we
Kids.
go.
Oh, there
Does
we
get
go.
the win. So it must have been ever so slightly as well. Nice tight battle between those two guys. Rody Knowles putting on some nice aggressive chase run. Pete Drever slightly up on proximity, was he?
Yeah, I think, well, I don't know.
Which would probably catch the attention of style judge Sam West.
I think the ABC Drift Kids team heard us talking and went live. Surely it wasn't for beat, it was for us to talk about how good they are.
Jamie Wood thinks ABC all day.
I can't even spell it.
Next battle on the line. Matty J warms up his tyres against Curtis Lilly.
Curtis Lilly was meant to face Adam Whitehead, but Whitehead had a LS issue that Simon Lee can fix.
So Matt
Went down to Launchmaster Willie, full send from him, as we'll see them hit the line, and it's going to be Matty J. Who won it?
Mackenzie Griffin. Congratulations, but Matty J leads out of the Psycho JZ S13 over Curtis Lilly. Shallows up to close the gap up on Matty J, but Matty J, huge smoke from Matty as he comes down through the centre part of the section here at Taupo Motorsport Park, and a bit of a big straight line again leading into the hairpin from the chase car. It's a bit of a trend that's happening from these pro sport drivers, so Curtis Lilly, and a bit of a dirt drop on the way out at the end of the section as well. So Matty J, Psycho JZ, top qualifier lead out against Curtis. Good solid lead run. Heaps of smoke from Matty J there. Matty, I think, sitting second, third in the championship.
Yes. I have no idea.
Third on the live points at the moment as he sits.
Well, actually, I'll have it on the on the docs as well. My gosh.
No, it was in the back seat of the road car. Oh. I found out the hard way that the sunroof leaked.
Oh, no.
Woke up with like 8 inches of water in my back seat. Yeah. And I didn't even realise until I drove down the road, put the brakes on, like heaps of water just sloshed forward, and I was like, no.
So Curtis Lilly with some work to do in the second half of the battle. Matty J often puts a lot of pressure on drivers as well. He's good with the proximity and chases, nice and aggressive. With a little bit of an advantage potentially after the first half of this battle. Doesn't need to be as aggressive as he normally is. Sure his spotter will be somewhere telling him that. Congratulations Mackenzie Griffin on winning your ABC Drift Kids book as well.
Stocky was running.
Stocky was running.
Remember when Stocky couldn't run and then lost half his body weight and now he can do whatever he wants?
Pure athlete.
I mean, it's his weekend, really, isn't it?
Paul Mackenzie would have been hanging on for dear life. I got the Drift Jesus reference quite a bit late there, sorry. Curtis Lilly leads out Matty J, the second half of the battle. Here it comes.
All right, see what Curtis Lilly can do from the lead position as he gets that R32 out there, just crosses over, left front wheel across the ripple strip. I think it's, I don't think that's an issue this weekend. If it hits the grass, though, big problems. Matty J, he's skating across as well.
So he's hanging back a little bit, sacrificed a bit of proximity. Oh, and a big half spin or full spin there from Lilly as well. So Matty J, a somewhat experienced drive there. And a couple of donuts for good measure in the break from Curtis Lilly in the Ants Automotive 32.
That is the power of a RB30 powered. Oh, we're used to this. See, we should bring on a laser show as well because we wouldn't need any haze in there. We'll just use the poor flag marshal. Was that one of our photographers?
You know, Taupo International Motorsport Park is a fantastic venue. Do you know what will make it even better? Lights.
Yeah.
Imagine drifting by lights here. Then you could include your laser show.
We've just got to do a deal that we won't hurt the grass. Put concrete up.
Paint the concrete green. Should be fine.
Nah, just concrete walls around the track.
Love to see some GD3 Porsches and
We'll
McLarens and
forklift
Ferraris
them on. Forklift them on for drifting. There'll be no grass issues at all.
Oh, she's a fast track to put concrete walls around. The amount of times I've seen a couple of cars shoot off the end. Looking for a result here, though, for the Curtis Lilly Matty J battle. Looking pretty certain in my limited lack of, drifting knowledge. I'm sure Matty J will get the thumbs up here. Confirmed.
There we go. Matty J takes the victory and will go out up against Pete Drever.
Next on the start line, it is your Pro Sport Championship leader, Case Pullenbury. Burry, is it Burry or Burry? Have I said that right?
Like the curry, it's Pullenbury.
Ah. My apologies to the Pullenbury family. Case Pullenbury.
Hey, it's Mr. Grumpy Ninja's just checked in. Hello, Warren. Hope you are well, bro. Some tropical looking conditions down there today. Should we bring Warren Sear back for Bay Park as well? Let's bring back some old comment. Nate Steele, Warren, Kenny. To join Cole, Steve McIver.
Scott Keegan now warms up the tyres on the two brothers, Laurel. And Keegan looking better and better as the day goes on. Mechanical problems early on, ran a mechanical in the second half of the qualifying and threw down a 71 pointer to get him where he is after a win against Justin Patterson as well. And Case Pullenbury, after qualifying in fourth, qualified straight through into the top 16 here.
Caught up with Cody Pullenbury earlier on today. Said, how's it, you enjoy kicking back, watching? He's like, nah, actually, Steve, it's quite stressful.
It's almost less stress when you're driving something than I find that when I'm managing teams racing at Speedway, that I'd rather be driving than managing. As Pullenbury leads them out as the high qualifier.
I do
See how deep he gets that S15.
Fills out that outer zone brilliantly, gets through to the middle part of the section. Scott Keegan trying to put some pressure on the back. He's going to get lost in the smoke of Pullenbury potentially here. No, pops out the other side, and Pullenbury showing a really good lead
Just
run.
bring it, look, right, a little bit off that. That's the only thing he really got wrong was the inside clip coming out of the hairpin. Other than that, that's what the perfect run looks like.
Probably one of the best lead runs we've seen in the battle so far from Case Pullenbury there. Almost sacrificed a little bit of that inside clip late in the hairpin, but filled out the outer zone on the way out of that section. And looking really good. You want to make an early call. Do you think Case has got it in him today? He's on the same side of the tree though as Pete Drever, who's also driving fantastically.
Yeah, I do.
So it'll be almost a final as a semi-final on this side of the tree. So Scott Keegan certainly got his work cut out for him on the second part of this run, where he will lead out Case Pullenbury.
MGN said that's way too many professionals for one broadcast. Maybe we could bring back Gaz and Warren. It's Bay Park. That'd be fun. We just got to make sure we got to bring. Who are we going to bring back? Have you just talking to the secretary, Brendan's secretary?
Yeah, not Calvin. No, Calvin.
We got Liam Burke. Spoken to Liam Burke. Is he coming back?
Yeah. But,
Tell him to come back.
Oh, yeah.
Liam, if you're listening, see you at Bay Park.
I assume that's why that
Scotty D said he'd go your halves on the BMW for the weekend. Oh, Case Pullenbury is calling a 5 minute.
You've got to go, mate.
Oh, so see if we can get across down to the pits for that one and get some information.
There is no way I'm going to allow Cody Pullenbury to send me a message about what's wrong.
There'll be too many F's and C's in it. I'm not talking about fish and chips either.
That is fish and chips. Or, as we like to say in New Zealand, if you're in Australia listening, fish and chips.
Hey, I just pulled one of those food references into a...
Proud of you.
So, Calvin Clark and Keisuke Nagashima warm up the tyres for the next battle as Pullambari and the Go Loco. S15 makes his way back to the pits.
This is for Cole. There's my boy Calvi. He's going to go insane. That's for you, Cole.
What is that? One block with
Yes.
All right, here we go. This is the battle of the most beautiful car in the D1NZ Pro Sport and Keisuke Nagashima. As a high qualifier, we will see Calvin Clark lead out this battle. 5th position for him in the Smith Industries, in the TT Industries, isn't it? S13, Calvin Clark behind the wheel. Fast start for Calvi.
Good angle through the centre section as well for Calvin. Keisuke got a bit of catching up to do as well in the latter part of this battle. We slowly closed it up by being a bit shallow, but Calvin Clark doing a great job out in front of his lead run. A little bit shallow on the entry of the hairpin there to grab a bit of handbrake. It's going to fill the outer zone quite finely, but so are they required to be on the outer of the hairpin on the way in? Well, there's not so much line on the way through anyway.
What they normally do is sort of get that slingshot, which is to come up, fill the outer zone, and then you kind of wash out to come back, grab the inside clip, and
It's
then
almost
the
like
outside.
a straight line across the two, the inner to the outer.
Didn't you say start it again, Steve?
Just watching somebody dancing down there. Oh, it's Zach Green. It's always nice to see future former drivers or former future drivers whipping out their greatest Michael Jackson dance moves.
And what's threatened a little bit of rain has turned into a bit of a beautiful day. Look at that shot of Taupo International Motorsport Park.
If we banked all around here and then just put it back on itself, you could almost make an oval.
Turn it into a decent dirt track, you reckon? Nagashima will lead Calvin Clark out for the second half of this battle.
I might remember how it
Oh,
goes.
the power of...
So
Look, see, even then, he knew how fast Nagashima was, so he actually tried to get the jump.
So Clark sticking with Nagashima on the entry. And I'm sure Calvin's spotter would have noticed earlier that Nagashima was getting the jump on people early on. Calvin Clark showing some really good proximity through that section. Always got locked himself out a bit here. And dropped one, maybe two wheels.
No, Calvi!
And Nagashima doing a really good lead in the second half of that run too. So
What's the call? Nagashima goes through after that massive dirt drop. That's what we're expecting as opposed to saying happened.
one of the harder calls in the top 8 so far. We found 2 of the 8 drivers we're searching for the top 8.
Troy, I don't want to read out your comment, but I agree.
So Pete Drever and Matty J there already through to the top 8. Be a good battle of the S13s.
Well, here we go. No, there it went. Whatever happened with Case Pullambari, they've got sorted out. Calvin Clark's already conceding.
Someone loaded up and heading out nice and early.
Yeah, Ryan Parry's gone. I got a trip to do. There goes Kenny Ruddle. Those sideways t-shirts going to be available for merchandise purchases at Bay Park? Yes, they will. Alright, let's find out which way is Super Nick Hoyle going to... Will it be thumbs up to Keisuke Nagashima on the right? Is it going to be Calvi Clark?
thumbs up. Keski Nagashima will go through to the top 8 over Calvin Clark. So that big dirt drop at the end of this section, potentially the deciding factor in that battle. As we see the old 86 head through to the top 8. And Scott Keegan and now Case Pullenbury warm their tyres back up in the scrub box for the second half.
I think we should take any driver who didn't win their battle, which could be from the entire event. We'll go up and do like a 12-car train. Anyway, back up to our next battle, or second half of the battle. After a 5-minute call was made, Case Pullenbury, it's his turn to chase. We know he's set down an amazing lead run. What can he do in chase position? And what can Scotty Keegan do?
So Keegan with a pretty solid start to that run. Case Pullenbury just hanging back and closing the proximity up through the middle of the section now. As we go all over the show with the drone, and good angle from Scott Keegan through the hairpin. Pullenbury though right there on him.
What do we reckon?
And a strong finish, I think.
Lead for lead, we'd have to send it to
Case Pullenbury probably with a solid lead run, potentially gained a slight advantage.
Brendan.
So
Oh, I love it. Ants Tip in there. I don't want to read your comment, but I agree. Now other people are reading the comment, laughing, going, no, I've got to go up and like that comment.
So Scotty Keegan and Case Pullenbury making their way around to find out the winner of that battle. Like you said, Steve, potentially a lead for lead call on that one. So Case Pullenbury to the left, Scott Keegan on the right.
Confirming.
Oh, and Case Pullenbury takes the victory. We'll go through into the top 8.
So left hand side of the tree all sorted. Looking over to the right now, Clayton Daly, your number 2 qualifier, against Daniel Edwards, your number 15 qualifier. Scrubbing those tyres up, getting them nice and warm. Will be Clayton to lead out.
Had to get some new tyres for my little girl from Clayton. I asked for I didn't ask for a deal. I just said, can you sell me some tyres? And he said, can you come and commentate in Taupo? I'll still sell you the tyres, but that's part of the deal. So I'm here today.
Limitless Tyres, Mount Maunganui. Make sure you get along and see them if you are in the area.
Well, it's Rock and Rubble, Daniel Edwards in chase position. It's the RHP Reed and Harrison Performance Limitless Tyres Mark IV Supra of Clayton Daly in the lead position as they come through.
So Clayton doing a really good job up in front, showing why he did get that number 2 qualifying position. And missed that on his own in the very end there and washes out to the wide one. But otherwise, fairly tidy on that lead. Edwards, though, sticking with him all the way through as well in that 180.
So just for those who are probably trying to wonder what is happening with the drone. So we've got the Glider Club is right next door under CAA, Civil Aviation. We are not allowed to actually fly into their approach path, so that's why that drone actually has to hook in and basically turn right. And that's an agreement on behalf of the track and with the Glider Club. So in theory, we're not allowed to fly within 5 kilometres of that little area. That's less than 100, well, probably 100 metres from us right now. So I think it's pretty reasonable. We'll just get, who do we blame? We'll blame James Thompson for his vision switching. Earlier switch, James. He's smiling. But my back's to him and now he's going, I hate Steve, he's so mean. No, it's not hate, dislike. That's good. No, he's not angry, he's just disappointed in me. Sound like my mother and my father. All right.
Second half of the battle between Clayton Daly, Edwards. Daniel Edwards will lead out this time around. And the 180 Launchmaster Willie sends them off. So So Daly with a pretty decent lead run. My very uneducated, unbiased opinion, and I don't know a lot about drifting, but
Just be biased. It's more fun.
yeah, you love it.
Hold an
Clayton
opinion.
Daly with a small advantage at the moment. Edwards, a little bit of a shallow switch there. Clayton Daly closing up the gap as well, but Edwards doing a great job through the centre part. Big smoke from Edwards as well. Gets himself out to that outer
Check
zone.
out the flap on the roof. Oh, what's happened there?
Oh, Daly's got lost in the
Down-
smoke.
Oh, look, he's thrown it away too. No, I think that was if we treated this like Long Beach, we'd have to say it was a lead driver's fault. He was getting confused by the little McLaren, that Bugatti Veyron flap they had on the roof. You see that roof go through?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's called a broken sunroof, but that's pretty choice. Oh, look, there goes Dean. Dino Young versus Guy Maxwell. That's going to be our next battle. We'll see these two come in. What's our pick? Edwards going through?
Yep, Clayton Daly with that big straight line and reinitiation at the end. Unfortunately, Clayton was looking pretty good. I put him on a little bit of an advantage to start with, but Daniel Edwards, after qualifying in 15th and now knocking potentially that second place off, waiting for an official result here on screen. Daly to the left and Daniel Edwards to the right.
Rock and Rumble versus the Limitless Tires. Reed and Harrison RHP Performance. Mark IV Supra of Clayton Daly. They're chatting. Said, bro, I lost you. Daniel Edwards says, you had me hello.
Big smoke from Edwards, wasn't it, later in that run as well. So Daly just fell a little bit behind. Got himself lost in the smoke towards the end of that run.
Daniel Smith says, shot Daniel Edwards. Daniel Edwards goes through with the win. He's going to go up and take on the winner of Guy Maxwell versus Dean Young. Maxwell out there scrubbing in the warehouse auto parts Nissan S13.
Nice fancy looking camera on the roof of that car as well. Capture all the images.
One of those 360 ones.
Makes us great promo shots, doesn't it?
I jumped out of a plane with a 360 the other day.
I watched that video actually. How was it?
That was amazing. What was the place called? Tauranga Skydiving? Skydiving Tauranga? Which one, Thomas? Doesn't matter, but if you want to jump out and...
As opposed to Tauranga skydiving, or?
Well said. Appreciate you. Towel.
I didn't think I'd ever get you with that actually.
You got me good. I deserved it too.
So Dean Young, Guy Maxwell, battle of these 13s here. Guy Maxwell will lead out, being the top qualifier.
Cam Banks happy. All right, let's see who's going to win this battle. It's 13 versus 13. Maxwell versus Dean Young.
Maxwell puts a bit of a gap on Dean to start with, and showing some really good angle through the centre as well. Dean Young got a bit of a little bit of a bobble through the centre as well. So playing catch up with himself from the get-go was Dean Young, and Guy Maxwell with a real solid lead run. Almost mimicking his qualifying run there.
Strong lead by Guy. He's just grown up too. Bought himself a house thing
Yeah,
with a man cave.
that's growing up things.
Talking about growing up, Daniel Smith, definitely part of the team here from the D1NZ. He's watching at home in Auckland. He's just become a daddy again, number 2. Congratulations, Dan.
Can do.
It's not the same without Digger Dan. We're certainly looking forward to seeing him at Bay Park.
Of course, shout out to everyone that's came along live today here at Taupo International Motorsport Park. Grandstand filling up.
So when you
From
worked
earlier?
here, did they say, hey, we better take you to Highlands?
I didn't get a chance to go there, no. I ended up leaving before that opportunity.
Oh,
You spent a bit of time at Hamptons.
I always like Hamptons. You know the difference for me between Hamptons and Taupo is though? Absolutely nothing. They both take me the same amount of time to get there.
So the second half of the battle between Dean Young and Guy Maxwell leaves the line. It'll be Dean Young's turn to lead out. Has a bit of work to do up front. Well, potentially if I was judging anyway. Probably wrong. Big initiation from Dean Young though. And Guy Maxwell right there. Nice and aggressive on the chase, Guy normally is as well. But Dean Young showing plenty more angle than Maxwell through the centre part of the section.
Oh, there's a wheel off by Guy Maxwell.
So
look at them. Angle that Dean Young. Now this is where you can kind of get that slingshot through to hit the inside clip. Looks like he grabbed it.
Fantastic lead run from Dean Young that time. But Guy Maxwell in the chase as well. Proximity was there a lot of the time. So I'm not all that clued up on what the judges exactly are looking for, but both lead drivers' lines were certainly there. Both lead drivers had more angle than the chase drivers.
Just seen some of the other vehicles heading back out onto the track. Zach Attack. I said, what sponsors? He said, can you just say Zach Attack and get them to follow my YouTube channel? I need more subs. No problem. But he's got a new sponsor for the SWAY, H. Blackbee from the East Coast, Earthworking Company, working hard on opening up roads from the cyclone, following the cyclone. Well, it's going to be slide left. There is no left. Oh, look, Adam Whitehead's taking that broken LS home.
Yeah, Matt Kwok will be hard into that, I'm sure, probably even this evening.
Drop it off in Tauranga. Then we can get the engine swap done with Simon Lees. All right, so it's left for Guy Maxwell, right for Young Drift, Dean Young.
Drop it off in Tauranga, we can put a Green Brothers rotary back in it. One more time. So, rerun between Guy Maxwell and Dean Young. All sorts of gestures going on here between the judges and Steve Daniel up here in the commentary box. But
I mean, I'm not saying that they got it wrong. Pass me that orange case over there.
What's in the orange case, Vicky, first?
And pass me the yellow case.
I'm scared there's cases being
hang
handed around
on.
here.
That's all right, we can use it. Oh, yeah, that's one. I'll just use these.
Shout outs while they're coming through. Kenny McFarlane. I don't know if you're tuning in live or whether you're here live at Taupo International Motorsport Park, but saying that Guy should be using the ex-McFarlane Autos Laurel. If he was using the Laurel, he probably would have won that battle.
Oh, that Our Dogs.
Jimmy Oakes has been at the wheel of that, hasn't it?
Oh, is that it there?
Of course, McFarlane Autos in Rotorua. If you're closer nearby, they're actually looking for a mechanic, so Kenny wouldn't be a bad boss. Zach Saito, or Zach
Attack.
Zayden, and Tyler West. Zach will lead out this battle. Next one in the top 16, looking for our top 8.
Again, a nice way to fill, a nice way to start.
Good pace as well from Zach Zayden there through. Oh, he's put himself too hard, being contact. And this time you can blame it on the lead driver for the chase driver's problem.
No. Oh, man. Oh, no. What are you doing?
There's all sorts going on now in the front of that car. So that will.
He's just racing back for his 5 minute.
He'll almost want to turn around there and go back into pit lane if he could. So there's certainly going to be a recovery involved in that.
Has he been told to stop, do you think? Does he run a spotter?
Oh, yeah, definitely we're in a spotter, but there was all sorts happening in the right front of that car, left front of that car, wasn't there? And that wheel's folded somewhat back.
Well, the bumpers and everything else can be fixed with a couple of zip ties.
So Zach, belt's come off. He's going to jump out and have a quick look at that. So it was a real good start to the run, wasn't it? He filled that outer zone beautifully on entry and was coming down with some good pace and good angle, but tried to pour in a little bit too much to slow himself down as he came through to the bottom of the hill, as we call it.
Kick the wheel. Oh, he's radioing through. when he gets off, should I try calling him?
I mean, if you want some first-hand information, you'll get it.
Take your helmet off and then he'll, like, drifters always have their phones in there, into the secure holdings that they all have in their vehicles. You didn't realise every drifter in the world has a place in their car that securely secures their hat and their cell phone.
Tell you what, that's one thing I noticed about Taylor James. Every single time the helmet comes on, hat, poof, straight on.
And he started wearing it the correct direction rather than backwards because,
Yeah.
because Stephen MacGyver was like, no, I'm from 1963, there he is. Let's try him.
So recovery crew coming through and picking up lots of fiberglass off the track there. Are you confident you're going to get no
we'll
no
try.
fighting words from him?
We'll try. Is he going to?
There we
Zach,
go.
you're alive, mate. What happened?
Yeah, I came a bit hot and, we ran out a bit of talent there, Steve.
Oh, mate.
I don't know if it was my fault or his fault. It possibly could have been my fault. I'm not too sure. All I know is I stacked on the angle and wanted to put on the show, and that's motorsport for you, isn't it?
It's going to make a good highlights video on your YouTube channel, though, isn't it?
Yeah, mostly with you on it, Steve?
That's exactly. All right, mate. Good luck getting that car ready. We're going to let you get stuff going. We'll see you later. And you know what? It's probably time to go and pay some bills. Ad time. We'll be back shortly.
He knows. She knows. He knows. They know. He knows. And he knows. Which oil has been trusted for over 150 years? You know. Valvoline, the original engine oil.
Lot of history hidden in this place. Bit of elbow grease, splash of racing. See, everyone at Repco has an unexplainable bond with motoring. Been that way for 100 years.
Link is the engine management solution for champions the world over. We know what it takes to win. Pushing boundaries, performing under pressure, and having the best people on your team. Our tech support are performance specialists, available 24 hours and ready to talk one-on-one about your winning formula. Link ECU, the performance, reliability, and power to get to the podium.
Hey guys, I'm Dave Steedman from Team DSR. I drive the Mimico Napa S14, the RB32. We're having an awesome season and we're gearing up for our final at our home track at Bay Park. Be there, it's going to be fantastic.
What's up guys, Ben Jenkins here, driving the Carter's Tires Pukekohe GT86 as a part of Team D1NZ Motorsport. This weekend, Bay Park, the final of our championship, we're going to put on a show. We've got the Aussies, we've got the Kiwis, and it's coming down to a nail biter. So get your tickets now and get down to Bay Park and let's finish this championship off hot.
He knows. She knows. He knows. They know. He knows. And he knows. Which oil has been trusted for over 150 years? You know. Valvoline, the original engine oil.
Lot of history hidden in this place. Bit of elbow grease, splash of racing. See, everyone at Repco has an unexplainable bond with motoring. Been that way for 100 years.
Link is the engine management solution for champions the world over. We know what it takes to win. Pushing boundaries, performing under pressure, and having the best people on your team. Our tech support are performance specialists, available 24 hours and ready to talk one-on-one about your winning formula. Link ECU, the performance, reliability, and power to get to the podium.
Hey guys, I'm Dave Steedman from Team DSR. I drive the Mimico Napa S14, the RB32. We're having an awesome season and we're gearing up for our final at our home track at Bay Park. Be there, it's going to be fantastic.
What's up guys, Ben Jenkins here, driving the Carter's Tires Pukekohe GT86 as a part of Team Taupo Motorsport. This weekend, Bay Park, the final of our championship, we're going to put on a show. We've got the Aussies, we've got the Kiwis, and it's coming down to a nail biter. So get your tickets now and get down to Bay Park, and let's finish this championship off hot.
He knows. She knows. He knows. They know. He knows. And he knows. Which oil has been trusted for over 150 years? You know. Valvoline, the original engine oil.
Lot of history hidden in this place. Bit of elbow grease, splash of racing. See, everyone at Repco has an unexplainable bond with motoring. Been that way for 100 years.
Link is the engine management solution for champions the world over. We know what it takes to win. Pushing boundaries, performing under pressure, and having the best people on your team. Our tech support are performance specialists, available 24 hours and ready to talk one-on-one about your winning formula. Link ECU, the performance, reliability, and power to get to the podium.
What's up guys, Ben Jenkins here, driving the Carter's Tires Pukekohe GT86 as a part of Team Taupo Motorsport. This weekend, Bay Park, the final of our championship, we're going to put on a show. We've got the Aussies, we've got the Kiwis, and it's coming down to a nail biter. So get your tickets now and get down to Bay Park, and let's finish this championship off hot.
Lot of history hidden in this place.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Valvoline D1NZ National Drifting Championship. It is round 3 of the Pro Sport Championship today here at Taupo International Motorsport Park, and it is Jason Wu who is leading out Isaac Ulrich Wu out of Drift Academy in that Boss S14.
So Jason with a great qualifying score earlier on, putting himself up into 6th position and gets the lead run over Isaac Aldridge, and doing a good job out in front as well in his lead run in the first half of this battle.
He's just been getting better and better every time I see him. I was talking to Sky Zhao, saying that you can literally measure Jason Wu in points. Every time he's out there, he gets 2 points better. And so When I started, he was probably 20 points ago, and now look at him. He's up into 6th place. Give him a couple more years, and he'll be challenging for poles.
I'll tell you what, if there's one thing that's true in all motorsport forms, it doesn't matter whether it's go-karts or drifting or speedway or anything, is there's no time like seat time, is there? So the boys see him in that drift car.
But that's why you see, like, Case Pullenbury, because he goes home and gets into his drift sim and then sims his bottom off.
Well, you do. You see some of those the drift sim drivers, don't you? That they go hard. I remember watching a YouTube video. Someone jumped into that. What's his name? Peter over in the Czech guy.
Oh yeah, Visic.
Yeah. He got someone jumping in his car that won the World Drift Sim Championship of some sort. So
it's a cool video.
He was able to drift straight away. So
somebody said talking about freezing. It's is anyone else's stream freezing? No, it's just cold here. It's okay.
Not only cold, looking over to the right there, Steve, it's looking a little bit... look over the left, it's much prettier.
Yeah. No, the other right.
But we've got an hour before it looks like it's heading this way. Bit of water in the wind, we only call it that in Taupo. We don't
bit of water
call it rain.
Wind. All right.
No rain, just water in the wind.
Well, let's see what can happen this time as Isaac Ulrich in the Landmark Homes BMW will put the hammer down and lead out. Jason Wu, here we go.
So Aldridge not quite getting, he just about got there on it. Jason Wu a little bit shallow and straighter in the chase position, but he's going to close up the gap through the centre section now here at Taupo Motorsport Park. Isaac Aldridge doing a great job out in front. And Jason Wu a little bit shallower as well. So
yeah, that's... And again, he's a bit off his line. Of course, each of these lead drivers needs to mimic the qualifying run, and then, of course, being used as a mobile clipping point by the chase driver. It's all about proximity when you're in their chase position. Door-to-door drifting is what we aim to see.
So Isaac Aldridge there certainly showing he drove that lead line. If he drove that in qualifying, he certainly would have qualified higher than 22nd, I'm sure. Of course, from my limited... null judging experience.
So if I said names like Pete Drever, Matty J, Case Pullenbury, Keisuke Nagashima, who else? Daniel Edwards, Dean Young, either Tyler West or Zach Zayden, Jason Wu and Isaac Ulrich. Who is going to win the round today, people in Facebook land? Write it down. I want to know, who do you think is going to win? Do you reckon there's more RB or 2J people watching? We'll ask that one afterwards. All right, which way will it be? We'll go down to Nick. The most well-known back in the entire world of D1NZ. Oh, look, he's given us a... Shucks a
I thought he was about to put the thumb straight up to Jason Wu then, just actually, but...
He's quite a good chef too.
Left for Isaac Aldridge, right for Jason Wu. Tough one to call, this one. Probably not as tough for the judges because they know what they're talking about.
Debatable.
Jason Wu.
Jason Wu gets the tick. He'll go up against, well, that's of course the Zach Zayden and Tyler West battle.
Here's the next battle. Already scrubbed up, Guy Maxwell, Dean Young. This is the one more time. Looking for the top 8 position to go against Daniel Edwards. Guy Maxwell on the lead run. Good initiation, gets right to the outside zone. Big smoke, big angle. Dean Young shut himself out a little bit there. Got caught behind Maxwell.
Let's see what Dean can do on his fight back. He knew he got it out, but he just dragged that car out a little bit further. And now here comes the proximity again. Slight bobble. And he was hard on the brakes.
So both these drivers strong on their lead runs first time around. But Dean having to drag the front, the foot brake through the latter part of that. Of course, going back to some more shout outs, my young fella Blakey, he'll be sitting at home watching on the TV, watching Guy cheering him on. And actually, this will be a tough one for him. He knows Guy quite well, but also Dean's one of his favourite drivers. He's got the poster up on the wall. We spent a bit of time with Dean last week here at an car event here at Taupo.
Oh, really?
And Blakey spent a lot of time in Dean's front driver's seat pretending to drift. So, Blakey.
Oh, look at all those cars going home and coming back from the long weekend. That's going to be a pain driving home to Tauranga. At least I'm not going back to Auckland. Hey, bright side.
Taylor James tuning in from the States. Of course, over there on a trip with Darren Kelly.
I wonder what the time is over there.
Yeah, what is it? Taylor, let us know the time. It's got to be, it's a few hours behind, isn't it? It's probably only lunchtime or so. No, I don't know. Forward or backwards?
Well, not holding anyway.
So 5-minute clock is starting for Zach Zayden down in the pits to get that car fixed up. A lot of damage to the left-hand front side of that S15 as the second half of the battle leaves the line. Dean Young will lead out Guy Maxwell. So no real advantage either way I could call at this stage. But Dean Young puts a good gap on Maxwell. Maxwell doesn't initiate here. Something's gone wrong with the Warehouse Auto Parts S13.
Wow.
So Dean Young, all he has to do is complete this run.
And that's obviously the most important thing, is that he's the lead driver. He has to finish this run. And he's just got to hold on to it for one corner. Even if you don't get that inside clip, well, he's doing it to finish. And that will be enough for Dean Young to go through.
So unlucky for the 7-2 Motorsport team there. Mechanical issues appear to be apparent there. We could probably get word from one of the 7-2 Motorsport teams if someone can let us know potentially what's happened as soon as they can.
Now, because Guy Maxwell actually went into his drift, essentially that would zero him out. So he will take essentially, there's no way that Dean can't win. So just a reminder, part of the health and safety requirements here at Taupo International Motorsport Park, that we don't have kids along the pit wall. So just remind the mums and dads and the cuzzy bros. What if they identify as being 25?
Right, hater down there just sussing out that. Oh, and the boss,
They
Shantala.
look very sad.
Dean Young gets the win.
Dean Young gets the nod. How did Dean take out 2 scalps like that? There you go. No, Dean got it. Just give him actually drag him on for a while. Make him sit there. It's okay, Nick. He's not coming back. Congratulations, Dino. Look, he's still looking. Where's Guy? Oh, look, Calby's already gone as well.
So
talking about gone, do you know where I'm going to gone next weekend? I'm going to Manfield Circuit, Chris Amon, for round 4 of the D1NZ Pro Championship. Of course, featuring the Golden Homes GTNZ finale, Toyota 86 Championship, the Ryco 24 Utes, Formula 4 GTR NZ. That is going to be a big one. Fang is sitting on 280 points. Kurt Blackie on 196. Taylor James 194. And Dave Steadman joining the title hunt on 182. Manfield Circuit, Chris Amon. That is the place to be next weekend if you're in the lower part of the North Island. But you know what? A couple of weeks after that, we have got the grand finale. And that one is selling out fast. Corporate boxes are sold out. VIPs nearly sold out. You need to get in touch quick. Big announcement coming this week about the event. No idea what that is. And of course today we've just mentioned that we're going to be bringing in the team from Pyro Company Fireworks. That is the intercooler pipe came off. Is that what happened, Guy?
lost all the boost. None of the boost.
So Bay Park, Trustpower Bay Park Stadium, the grand finale of the Valvoline D1NZ National Drifting Championship, 12th and 13th of May. The tickets are selling fast, but I think we're putting through another ticket release, so get in there quick. 17,800 seats.
We're still waiting on the battle for Zach and Tyler.
So we're still waiting on the Zach Zyder and Tyler West battle. Who do we decide was at fault?
Well, from where I was sitting, Zach certainly pulled on a lot of angle, sort of almost half stalled the car up, and Tyler really had nowhere to go. There's not much momentum left in that car, was there?
No, you're not wrong. Pete Drevers making his way out onto the track there. Pop down. Who do we Seaton Daly, that's right. I went and gave Clayton Daly his ABC Drift Kids gift dad.
Great present for anyone that you know that's got kids, of course. Head along ABC Drift Kids on Instagram, Facebook, and probably support the habit that Pete's got as well.
Joe, you might want to put in that the drivers need to just hustle with their tyres.
So looking over to the west there, looks rather rainy looking, and it is headed this way.
You know, that's just an encouragement for the teams and stuff out there, like Pete Drever and Matty J and Case Pullenbury and Keisuke Nagashima, and you know, maybe Daniel Edwards and Dean Young and Jason Wu and whoever else, that they should get a hurry up and get their cars ready to go. We'll be drifting in the dark. Well, there we go. Somebody listen. That's Matty J.
Psycho JZ. 2 JZ powered S13 first out on track, and it's S13 versus S13 again for Pete Drever.
All vehicles should have a big rim on them. Possibly a rear bumper, but definitely the rear.
Now, do they actually lose points for not having bumpers to start with?
Look at Jason Wu's car. No points lost for. He just loves drifting.
Hard drifting.
If you want to get into drifting, go up and check out driftacademy.co.nz. Get along to Mere Mere and get in behind the wheel of one of Sky's GT86s and many other cars. They teach you how to kick the clutch and whip on the handbrake. Feed it a bit of throttle. After you nail a donut, then you get into figure eights, and then eventually they let you out onto the track. Jake Fastnich, he was one that... look, there goes Guy.
Just getting the vlog update for the choice files, isn't he?
You know you've made it when you're not holding the camera anymore. Guy, you've made it.
Ra's got to get on the action too, though, doesn't he?
Poor.
There's Keisuke Nagashima and Case Pullenbury make their way out on the track under us as well, but Matty J out there warming up those tyres on the way through to the starting box. So it's about 10 o'clock at night in the States, 10, 11 o'clock. And they're all sitting around. Shout out to Dylan Hughes for hosting Taylor James and the team as well over in the States while they're there for Formula D. Of course, Darren Kelly didn't start, did he? I didn't see him on the battle tree for Formula Drift from the end.
I didn't watch it. Couple of issues. I think it was an electrical fault.
Okay.
I learned this in Formula 1. It doesn't matter what happens, it's an electrical fault. You know, tyre came off. Well, that means that the electrics wouldn't have been able to work, the tyre to work, so it's an electrical fault. So, yeah, just a slight electrical fault. They'll be back for the next round.
Sounds like Malcolm Nartai at Teams Champs a couple of years ago when Harley Robb put a piston out the side of the block and it blew the starter motor off the side. He said it was a starter motor issue. He had no starter motor to start the car, not the fact that the pistons went in the side.
Didn't Kurt
Top
Blackman
8
try
battle.
to do that with a flywheel?
He did very many years ago.
All right, let's see what happens. This is a top 8 back battle. It's Pete Drever versus Matty J. Pete Drever, he qualified well in another one, doing a great job of filling out that zone. And look what happens to the chase driver when you do it properly.
Matty J just drifting well wide and dropping a dirt turbo off at the very end of the second turn there. Pete Drever. Matty J's gathered himself right on to put himself back on Pete though. Well, look at the proximity there from Matty J. Nice and aggressive. He knows he has to put the pressure on.
Style points. Matty J, another one that's we heard earlier on. There was wasps flying around in the cockpit, and he had to swap them out. It's always at the end of the section.
Yeah, right. There must be a bit of a hive or something hanging around towards the end of the section. Yeah, Ra Hader was upstairs here trying to talk to the judges about getting told off for having his hands out. He just said there's wasps everywhere. He's trying to swat them away. So Matty J, same problem.
Yeah.
Wasps, they're just...
It's not a Rotorua Māori thing.
Maybe they're just, attracted to the Māori side of the Rotorua drivers. And so advantage Pete Drever as far as we can see up here at the minute. Matty J and the Psycho JZ. He's going to have to put on, well, he has been putting on some great lead runs as well. He qualified in 8th, but Pete Drever, the number 1 qualifier, showing why he deserved to be there as well.
looking at Facebook now that I've just reset it. Hello Chevy, how are you? Darren had a valve or something break in the car. No, it was an electrical issue. A few Naki Boys fans. Jamie Wood, totally agree. Dean Young smashed that run.
Oh, look at the state of that car. It's beautiful.
Oh, there's a PB suggesting that a PB would be quite good. Check out that drone work. All right. Second half of the battle time, and it is Matty J's turn to lead out. Come on, fill that zone. See, they're 2 metres off. Pete heads out towards it, almost runs himself out.
So Pete doing a pretty good chase run here on Matty J. Matty J piling on big smoke. It's probably the smokiest car we've seen out there. Big angle.
Okay,
And
now let's go up and deliberate on this one here. Lead driver over rotates, sends the other person into the same thing. That would put Pete Drever through.
Yeah, pretty much what I would say. It looks evident there, Steve. So beautifully presented car with that. You know, like when I first saw the colours of it, I thought, I'm not too sure, but it's definitely grown on me. Great looking S13 of Pete Drever.
George from Inspire You, getting for another fresh set of batteries. Cody PB just hiding under his hoodie.
Looks a bit cold out there, doesn't it? Of course, the daylight savings time here in New Zealand's kicked in last week, and it's looking a bit darker here than it usually does at this time.
Got to say, Cody Pullenbury, he's just on the shop before. I love the new profile picture on Facebook. What do we got here? That looks like it's probably a Shaw 58A with a XLR cable plugged into it. Better drop all the neutral density filters. Iris that camera up. There we go.
It's just started drizzling now, and definitely felt it on my lead. It's definitely a little bit slipperier coming into the hairpin, and unfortunately for Matty, he did the same thing, and he'd had a little bit more rain than me, and just spun it a little bit.
It looks like it's going to come down, bro. Will you change the car very much?
Probably just drop tyre pressures and hope for the best.
All right, mate. We'll see you out there. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Nick. As we go back to the next battle, and it's Cody Pullenbury. That was a bit of an adjustment there for Keisuke Nagashima. See, look, even more style point for Keisuke.
So some quick words there from Pete Drever after his win in the top 8 battle, and Case Pullenbury making the lead out there on Keisuke. So it looks like the rain's falling out there on the track, isn't it? So this will change up everything, and Zach Zayden and his team have managed to get that S15 back out there as well after the big damage that he had.
Alex Griffin will be the only person that's happy right now. Bought himself a new umbrella. He was very interested in using it.
So you might not be able to see it. He did mention it was camo.
Oh, I can't see what you're meaning.
If he is out there using that umbrella, please stand on pit lane so we can at least see you.
They'd laugh at you. Oh, look at that. We sure that's rain? That just might be like a TikTok filter.
If anything, it could be an advantage for Keisuke Nagashima and that little SR2086, who will lead out Case Pullenbury this time around in the second half of their battle. So track conditions will very much have changed for these guys, especially just on the transition back to the start line. Keisuke big sends, both of them going all the way wider out there. Case Pullenbury, big mistake, almost wider and onto the grass. It was one definitely maybe 2 wheels. And smoke definitely not evident now, that's for sure.
But the other thing they've got to do is keep their car on the black stuff.
So Keisuke Nagashima, a pretty tidy lead run given the track conditions.
So I think we're going to have to probably look at lead run for lead run. Kind of missed a little bit on the start of it.
Yeah.
And then I noticed something on that. Again, what I noticed versus what the judges noticed, 2 different things. So
potentially looking through there, Ben Jenkins looks a little bit bemused as to, what way do we go here? Oh, some deliberating. I've been wanting to use that word all day. That's what judges always do. They deliberate, don't they?
Yeah, they do. I'm just wondering what are the judges watching? Oh, they're watching.
So they'll rewind Facebook Live.
Oh, we can do that. Okay. We're not going to, but we got it right. All right. Well, have we got cars released or what? Hang on, Tyler West. Now he's coming back.
So the rain definitely falling. Oh, there's the umbrella.
There it is. Wow, that is beautiful. Oh, can't see him. There he is. What sort of umbrella is it? So that is it's called a Blunt. That's the brand, Blunt branded umbrella. Where can you get those from? They're very bougie. It's like the Louis of umbrellas. If you don't understand what that means, well. And this is Nick getting very wet.
I tell you what, if Stocky went and stood around behind the cars as they got the left right, you'd probably be able to see that umbrella too.
Do I have one of those? Hey, my wife just said I've got one of those umbrellas too.
Looking for a result here between Keisuke Nagashima and Case Pullenbury. Right for Keisuke.
So it's going to be either wheel off is going to be it, but it comes down to what happened with Keisuke on the...
And there is a 5 p.m. curfew here as well, isn't there? Especially on Mondays.
That is a beautiful umbrella. Sorry.
That's actually really wet rain out there too, isn't it? That's not just rain, it's wet rain.
Oh, we're close to a big puddle of water. What's going on? Make a decision. Can anyone tell me if this is on YouTube or just Facebook? OMT!
So one more time. Steve's not happy in here.
I'll be back in a sec. I'm going to go yell at the judges.
If you leave your mic on, we actually might be able to hear you from in here. So, Case Pullenbury and Keisuke...
OMT! You're idiots! Idiots!
Steve's definitely not using his inside voice from next door.
Hey, sorry about that, mate. I just had a quick chat to them and just, I just said, like, great calls today, guys. Just making sure that I can show them that support so that they know that they're doing a great job. Without our judges, we wouldn't have a sport. And, so it's always greatly appreciated, the work that they do. And that's what I don't know. Do you guys hear me?
I don't know.
I'm always very thoughtful.
I tried to make that as political as possible. I don't think I did. Here's our winner of the ABC Drift Kids book, Mackenzie Griffin.
Yeah. Dad's got the umbrella. Mackenzie's got a wet head. Great parenting, Dad.
So Zach Zate and Tyler West, the second half of this run, of course. The way we call it, I think, Steve, we both agreed, too much angle for Zach through the middle.
Yep, absolutely. So this one here, essentially... But where's Zach going to be? Is he going to be in the chase position?
Yes.
Oh, no. So the issue we have here, if he can force the
issue and force the spin or something.
0-0 and another OMT that even the judges won't have to get wrong. All right, Zach, let's see if you can do it. And while that time, poor Dean Young.
So
good
Dean
little one
Young
in here.
and Daniel Edwards line up there waiting as well. So Dean Young, after having a relatively average qualifying, he qualified in 23rd. He's looking at a top 8 battle up next, but it is Tyler West leading out Zach Zaid in the second half of the battle.
Tyler West in lead position. It is the Fleet Tires S14 who will lead him out. And is he going to stay on the track? So far, so good. We'll say that wheel's in.
Ever so slight dirt drop, but very, very minimal.
Come on, Zach, hit him.
And big lock up all 4 wheels there by the looks for Tyler West, doing a great job of keeping that car on track. And all he needs to do is get it through the...
Oh, there's the mistake.
So big mistake from Zayden as well, like Steve said too. Tyler West will come through and finish off that run and should take the win.
I see DJ's just entered the room. Drift Jesus. Alex Stocky Griffin. Such a great guy. Oh, what a nice guy.
Did you hear that? It's got the umbrella on the head, it's got a wet head, good hair.
It's going to be so good when the results pop up.
So now we've got Daniel Edwards, maybe just doing a sight lap potentially. Hopefully not coming back in. Dean Young,
is that thunder and lightning?
Well, unlike the Masters Championship in golf, we will carry on.
What happened there?
Oh, just thunder and lightning, and they don't play golf in that over there apparently.
Ah, good point.
So yeah, just a sight lap, some huge surface water forming out there on the surface, on the track as well. So yeah, Dean Young there just getting a feel. Look at the water coming up off those back tyres.
So while we're doing that, it's very important to have all the information when you're doing these. So I have all of the stuff here for different drivers. This is driver's information. This is my pro one. I'm just showing. I always get Ben Jenkins wrong. So Ben Jenkins and Troy Jenkins. Troy oranges. Ben.
So the result, oh, we've just missed that. Didn't catch it.
Who do you think, Tyler?
I think we'd go with Tyler. Yeah.
Yes, it was. So,
okay.
Alex Palier, he's in a S2000. So I've got, and then I can't quite get. We'll see if I can zoom in. This is the one. This is the one for Stocky. That's him crashed into a concrete wall. Don't even feel bad about it.
I thought there might have been... No, I won't say that.
One of the things I found interesting before was the effect that these big wings have with the smoke. So when Pete Drever was out there, back when we were able to make smoke, which was like 20 minutes ago, it actually came over and vortexed off the back of the wing and seemed to hold it down a bit. And I think that could work quite well to give that little bit more of an advantage on a lead run over your competitor.
I'm actually surprised these guys didn't pop into the pits and drop the tyre pressures a little bit. I thought that would be something that you normally... Would that be what you'd normally do? Raise them. It's the opposite effect that you're looking for on the wet bit.
Decrease your surface pad, your contact pitch.
There we go, decrease your surface.
And the tread.
Ah.
You want to get a higher curve.
Don't forget, you're listening to a guy that crashed 3 times into concrete at Mount Smart. Sorry, Stocky. We love Stocky.
Right hand side of the battle tree.
Who needs enemies when Stocky's got a friend like me?
Looking for our top 4 here between Daniel Edwards and Dean Young. Edwards will lead out the higher qualifier in 15th over Dean Young.
Hey, little cameraman, those cars are actually drifting. Turn your shot.
Here
Thank
they
you.
come.
All right, well, let's see what Daniel Edwards can do. He's in the lead position, and it's looking wet outside.
Great looking line, though, from Daniel Edwards.
Rock and rubble. Nah, you can't see a dirt drop in any of these conditions. Look at that. That is beautiful. Don't forget, if this was NASCAR, they'd stop.
So, nice tidy lead run there from Daniel Edwards.
If that was Max Verstappen, they'd be behind a safety car.
See on screen, well and truly forming on the surface of the track, and umbrellas have come out. None quite as cool, of course, as the camo. What's it called? A camo blunt.
It's a blunt. Yeah. Did you hear? I got that right. Did you hear that? I did.
Blunts were a different thing when I was younger, but
you stop that now, you naughty, naughty person.
There certainly weren't umbrellas.
But I can certainly see Case Pullambari heading out on track with Keisuke Nagashima. That is for a spot in the top 4.
Classic one more time.
We get given a battle tree, and I never fill mine out. And then I have to look over.
It was Tyler West that took the one here.
Oh, okay, it was.
I apologise for how shaky my thing's going to be.
So Dean Young and Daniel Edwards make their way back around for the second half of that battle. Dean Young will be the lead driver this time.
All right, well, what's going to happen this time as the CK Earthworks 2JZ powered Nissan S15? What have we got? No, they're lining up. The next battle in front is going off. This is Dean Young, the second half of the battle between himself and Daniel Edwards. So it's one way of getting them to actually fill out that zone.
They definitely started filling out that zone since the track's gotten nice and moist. Big, angry switch there from Dean Young. It's going to be too far, and Edwards is going to go around the outside. Just needs to complete the run now.
Well, he was in a chase position. He doesn't have to complete this one here because he, it's about the only time you don't. So if you're but how did Dean Young go around?
He definitely over-rotated himself. He got so angry on the switch, yeah.
Cool.
So he came down through the lower part of the hill. I mean, we talk about the hill here at Taupo. It's probably not as evident on TV, on the stream, as it is here. But when you're at the track, you sort of start at the top of the hill, we call it. And as they come down through to the bottom of it, yeah, they've got that sort of big, it's quite an aggressive switch in the middle of the circuit there. Pretty much the centre of the section here. That rain's even coming in so far sideways, it's made this angled window wet.
Tyler West is heading out onto track, as with Jason Moore. That's again to find a spot in the top 4. Only person who's booked a spot right now would be Pete Drever.
Yep, and yep, unofficially Daniel Edwards.
Oh shit.
So scrubbing up on the start line, Case Pullambari and Keisuke Nagashima. And that SR2086, beautifully presented. Look at the graphics on that thing.
Certainly got a few Keisuke fans out there, rightly so. Confirmed, Edwards does book a spot.
So Case Pullambari, Keisuke Nagashima, Case Pullambari leading them out. They leave the line. So they come into initiation. Case Pullambari will know he needs to take it a little bit easier. He washed quite wide in that first battle. Lucky to get it one more time.
This one here is just hold on, isn't it?
It looks very slow motion, doesn't it? The wiper's going for gold there.
Keisuke's like, man, you're going too slow. Can I pass you or over-rotate? Now, what's going to happen with Case? Case has to hold on to this one here.
Okay, just going to hang on as well. So
And he puts one. So advantage Case Pullenbury.
And those are some heavy raindrops. Someone braving it out there on pit wall. Well, not only the rain but the wind.
Alright, well this is the Valvoline D1NZ National Drifting Championship. It is round number 3. We've also seen the top 24, the top 16, top 8. And the conditions are lighter shaded, absolutely miserable right now.
Well, the weather conditions certainly deteriorated in a hurry in the last minute or two, didn't they?
Yeah, it's just beautiful. We've got a window in front of us that is on an angle, and I've probably not seen water like that.
I've been here, yeah, many a time. It's a fairly decent feet off the front of it as well. Plus the angle that's come in here, and it's certainly coming in sideways and hitting that, and it's just like that. It's actually eased somewhat as well. So there are a couple of cars out on circuit.
The weather is as beautiful as I've ever seen it. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, we're just going to try and work out what's happening with this weather. We'll be back in a couple of minutes' time.
What's up, guys? Ben Jenkins here, driving the Carter's Tires Pukekohe GT86 as a part of Team D1NZ Motorsport. This weekend, Bay Park, the final of our championship, we're going to put on a show. We've got the Aussies, we've got the Kiwis, and it's coming down to a nail biter. So get your tickets now and get down to Bay Park, and let's finish this championship off hot.
Lot of history hidden in this place. Bit of elbow grease, splash of racing. See, everyone at Repco has an unexplainable bond with motor.
All right, we've got a couple of issues with our cameras at the moment, but I can tell you that there is a track, cars out on track at the moment, and they're going through puddles like there's no tomorrow. Keisuke Nagashima's got a huge gap coming down into the hairpin between himself and Case Pullenbury. They come through to finish, and it's going to probably come down. As long as Case can hold on to this, Case is going to go through. We've just got issues with our cameras because of the weather, and Case does come through and finish the section off.
So yeah, it was a bit of advantage to Case, wasn't it, after the first run?
Keisuke definitely needs more points for style. 100 points every time. So ladies and gentlemen, apologies for that for those who are watching on the live stream, but there is Nick's back. You can't see it because it's hidden behind a camo umbrella.
Yeah, I mean, one thing you can see is a beautiful umbrella.
Yeah. You can get those from Unicare Metro Pharmacy in Bethlehem next to the countdown. It's probably the first time I've given my wife a free plug. She wasn't even there to slap me for it.
And weirdly enough, what we can't see on the stream is the beautiful weather that's headed this way in front of us too.
Oh, there we go. There we go. So this is Jason Wu versus
Tyler West.
You know what? Just tell us who won and we'll move on so that we can save some time and send some battles, because we've got 30 minutes to go. Case, I think, wins this one here. So Case takes the win. He's into the top 4. He'll be going up against Pete Drever. And we'll be ready for our next battle. So what's happening here? Why have we got okay, I don't even know what's happening here. So we've got another car that's sliding his way out on track, but there's no Jason Wu.
Potentially the sight lap. I think they've let each battle have a little sight lap on the way through before the battle.
One of the problems we do face is that we are on a curfew. We do have to finish this by 5 o'clock, so they do need to get around there nice and quickly.
So Tyler West there completing his little sight run, and Jason Wu, Jesus, a big sort of river of water headed across through the centre there. So almost somewhat of a safety run more than a sight run. What do you think, Steve?
Yeah, we'll go with that. One of the best things I'm seeing is they're filling the outer zones for the first time today. So
all day, yes.
I think it should always be wet. None, we need smoke. Hey, but if we do it... No, I don't want to say that. That's a stupid thing. I'm not talking about saving tyres.
So
Brendan Top just said, I just watched the storm go from me in Wellington. So give it 10 minutes, it'll pass. Cam Bank, he said, sort it out. Now, I better like Cam's comment. Yes, Cam, we'll sort it out. Cam, come back to Bay Park.
I mean, the good news is there's no rain falling at all.
That's great.
And the wind certainly died all the way down.
I made this live stream for a number of years. I can't tell you how sort of much I'm smiling right now knowing that my gear's not getting soaked and destroyed. I mean, one event like this and I'd lose like a $10,000 camera and just be like, oh well, there's a loss.
Oh, that was easy. I can think of better ways to blow 10 grand, that's for sure.
Red or black?
Green. So we found our left-hand side of the tree, as predicted earlier by both of us, Pete Drever, Case Pullenburry. Fill up those top 2 spots in the top 4 on that left-hand side. We're looking for the 2 drivers on the right-hand side of the tree now.
It kind of seems a bit pointless, but they're literally trying to get anything they can for a bit more grip out there.
Why do they even still need to warm their tyres up?
There is a ray of sunshine coming through. I just don't get it.
4 seasons in one day.
Right,
Crowded House wrote a song about that. So I believe, I don't know, I'm not old enough to know that. I was born in the 2000s.
2000s, and that'll make you... When's your 21st? A couple of years' time? Be a good party.
I don't even want to remember my 21st. Wow, that was more than 21 years ago. I'm old.
So Tyler West and Jason Wu sit on the line. Jason Wu, highest qualifier, finished in 6th place in the qualifying. And Tyler West was all the way down in 14th.
Drift Academy. GJ Kitchen on the side of Jason Wu's S14. If you want to get into drifting, get in touch with driftacademy.co.nz. They'll take you out to Meremere, teach you how to cook a few donuts, get into some figure eights, and then kick into life. Oh, cleaning his window so he can see. Wax on, wax off. Mr. Miyagi taught me that. They can't see their window? The judges can't see. You're not giving them the Burberry scarf to do that. Sorry, I'm not supposed to grow my wife on. Oh, it's on the outside. Oh, look at Launchmaster Willie. That guy is a... What are you doing, Willie? The birds are happy.
Jason Wu can't see.
Oh, so
Launchmaster Willie's been in there cleaning his window for him.
could I suggest, if you head down to your local Repco, if you're in Mount Maunganui, go to 46, 12, 97, 73, get yourself some Rain-X anti-fog.
First half of the battle now leading here. Jason Wu leads out Tyler West. And dare I say, Jason Wu will get to that out of zone. It's exactly what Steve wants to see. Look at that.
Beautiful.
Oh, a little bit of a drop there. Looked a bit nasty on the suspension as well. Liquid horsepower everywhere for these drivers. Oh, big straight line from Tyler West in the chase.
Come on, Jason Wu.
And you speak about the improvement of Jason Wu.
Come on, Jason. You can do this, buddy. One of the most humble drivers in the D1NZ. Come on, you can do it.
And look at the fill out between that inside to outside clip as well on the very end. That's the best we've probably seen all day too. So the water certainly helping with the line and the filling out of the zones. And a few brave spectators making their way back out onto pit wall there, albeit a little bit cold.
If he changed the focus ring on that, it would literally just have the spots of water. Just
a few raindrops falling again, but
you reckon I could go and just move your focus ring slightly? Look at that. She was miserable.
So did we see that Edwards Young battle out there?
I think
Edwards through.
I think Edwards went through. Let me confirm. Yes. So it's just Tyler West versus Jason Wu to find a spot on the top four. And then we'll go straight into semi-final time as the sun comes out and there's 21 minutes to go.
Pete Drever there making his way out onto the track.
Hard case on his way as well.
Be a quick turnaround for the winner of this battle. Jason Wu with a bit of an advantage at the moment. Over Tyler West.
So you think, is Blake watching at home?
Yeah, Blake, I'm pretty sure he's watching.
Does he say, Dad, that's a terrible dad joke like my kids do to me?
No, he hasn't learned to call me out on my terrible dad jokes yet.
There's still time. Oh, there goes Launchmaster Willie. Charlie.
Beautiful shot of the forest on Tauhara there. Well, I wouldn't call it a beautiful shot, actually.
A shot from Tauhara.
Just a shot.
Did Willie just say, when you guys are ready, go for it? Oh, look. I love it how this works.
Open the eyes.
It was terrible, Willie. He was running away from them going, it's raining, I don't care about you. All right, let's see what a couple of S14s can do. We think that Jason Wu has an advantage after the first half of their battle. Let's see what happens this time for Tyler West. Jason Wu, come on, knock on his door.
So great fill out of that out of zone, aren't they, on the entry?
This is to find a spot in the top four. Come on.
So Jason Wu doing everything that he needs to do behind there. Oh, big bobble.
He's still got the rear out. Okay, he's put a wheel off, but I don't think it was as bad as what happened. Come on, Jason.
So
Sky Zal's going, come on, you can do it.
He's made it hard for himself in the latter part of the run, but I think he's done enough. So
wow, just need to pull back another ND filter in that one there and just work on your iris. That's a better shot. Alright, who else is still in? That one's gone.
So we'll see, Drever versus Case Pullumbari and Daniel Edwards and probably Jason Wu. Confirmation of that coming right up from behind that beautiful camo blonde umbrella.
Go, Nick, you've got this. And then we'll go live down to Nick as soon as we find ourselves a winner. Well, he's definitely going to need a boil up after his mahi today. So obviously a hard one for these guys because we saw a few mistakes. What's our time? So we've still got... Oh, it's an OMT. Great decision by our amazing judges.
I was just leaving it open. I didn't want to say anything. So one more time between Jason Wu and Tyler West. It will be an extremely quick turnaround for those guys for their top 4 battles. When they get to it, whichever goes through, Case Pullenbury and Pete Drever do slowly make their way around off camera towards the start line. The good news is we can see out our window here again.
It's quite a nice shot. So of course our judges are D1NZ pro drifters that have come along for the day to check in and make their decisions on the pro sport drivers. Sam West, Kurt Blackie, Ben Jenkins. Ben also straight out of commentary duty. He did the pro sport round number 1, I think it was, at Hampton Downs as well. Very versatile man. And this one here is to basically find a spot in the final. It is Pete Drever versus Case Pullenbury. Pete Drever in the ABC Drift Kids Taranaki Marine Tech. It's a 1JZ Nissan S13 going up against the CK Earthworks 2JZ powered Nissan Silvia S14. I thought it was a 15. It is a 15. Case Pullenbury behind the wheel, the man who leads the championship. And certainly wanting to grab one more hand on another trophy. If he gets this one here, it's going to make it difficult for him not to win the championship. What can Case do? What can Pete Drever do to stop this young driver? Top 4 battle. Case Pullenbury, Pete Drever. Pete Drever leads him out. And we'll get ready to kick it into action.
So nice and sideways before the section there. Big, wide entry from Pete. He's got to hang on, and he's going to do pretty well. He definitely, I mean, there isn't any centre. Oh, something's happened to Case Pullenbury's car. And Pete Drever now is going to over-rotate as well.
That's 0-0.
All sorts happen here.
No, there's one thing that's gone wrong here. Okay, this is 0-0. But Case has already had his competition to 5 minutes. Hasn't he? So he's got to go back, and it will come down to this run. Case has to basically kick himself into drift and force a mistake, which will give him a couple of minutes to look at whatever went wrong, but he has to basically go drifting, keep his drift and win the battle, and then he's got about probably 3 minutes to fix it. Are we lucky though? We do have an OMT between Tyler West and Jason Wu, which will be about another 5 minutes, but we have 15 minutes to finish this entire event. You know what it means? We are coming close.
And of course, in the grand scheme of things, Case Pullenbury leading the championship and Pete Drever sitting in second. So Pete definitely, if he wants to have a chance, I mean, Case is a long way ahead in the overall scheme. Almost 100 points. He's 90 points ahead of Pete Drever as they sit. So for Pete to close up that gap somewhat, he's certainly going to need to take the win here. It would have been a huge advantage to Drever if he just managed to hang on, over-rotating through the centre of that section.
Oh, what was that?
2.5 hours by the time I go get the engine. Tell Adam I'll see him soon.
2.5 hours by the time I go and get the engine. Tell Adam I'll see him soon. Simon Lee. Don't bother Simon Lee. He got into his car. He's got a 12-hour trip back to the Hawke's Bay. It's only quite surprising. It only took a couple of hours for one of the Hawke's Bay boys to get here this morning. Oh, David Hunter, he's just sent a photo of him driving in the rain. It was taken from the passenger seat by his passenger seat.
Michael Tora on the live stream. Come on, Pedro. So, got a Pete Drever fan out there. Taranaki hard.
Yeah. Chev says go Case. I still believe what Benji Gabby said, which was that Willie out there, Launchmaster Willie, look how he's like, get out. I want to go back to the car.
So, we've got Pete Drever in the lead position again. Unsure what's...
Well, if that's the case, then that would be that the drift didn't... This is a rerun of the entire drift.
So maybe because Case didn't initiate at the start, was there a null? Yeah, interesting. We have to find out what went on there. But a much cleaner run this time around nonetheless from both these guys. Pete Drever managing to get a bit of a gap. Looked like a little bit of a straight line. Hard to tell in the wet.
As they come through to finish. Well, that was tidy, but I guess they have to go back and do the other part then.
So, yeah, a little bit confused, unsure on exactly what's happened.
David Hunter's here. He's actually turned up at the track. Where are you, David? Where is that? Yep, there goes the giraffe down there. Love your video. If you haven't seen David Hunter's video, check it out on his YouTube channel on David Hunter Drift. 13 minutes to go. So we're going to speed the show up.
And also, just to fix our confusion, of course, everyone else was getting a sight lap beforehand, so getting a few...
Oh, people actually
Jason
told?
Martin. Yeah.
Oh. I'm not angry.
So they went through for the sight lap first, and that's where the Pete would have spin. Of course, everyone else got the sight lap. Of course, why wouldn't they?
All right, well, this will be the OMT. This is between Tyler West and Jason Wu. Tyler West in the Fleet Tires Nissan S14 2JZ. Is there anything that isn't a JZ out there at the moment? Yeah, the LS1 V8 in that S14. Drift Academy, GJ Kitchens, Jason Wu. Second half now of the battle between Case Pullenburry. I'm just laughing because it looks like, yeah, they've literally been given a you can go from Willie sitting in the truck. All right, Case's turn. Let's see what Case can do from the lead as they accelerate from the line, and they will kick it straight into action. Pullenburry, go loco. CK Earthworks.
Nice angle from Case on the initiation there. And through the first part of the section, Pete Drever closing the gap right up, showing some really good proximity in the wet. And a couple of really talented drivers.
Case needs to grip up and go now, because right now I'm sort of suggesting that Pete Drever, unless he makes a big mistake.
So Case is going to have to force the issue on the final corner. Throws on extra angle, but Pete Drever right there. And
look how much lock these guys have got.
We almost call those hacks, don't we? Good lock there. So too tight. I wouldn't want to make a call myself, but potentially you showing a hint of Pete Drever there.
You're a Pete Drever fan. I like Pete. No, very nice guy, lovely family. I'm also very much a PB fan. So it's like me versus you. It's kind of like...
Yeah, well, before Pete Drever came in, he's been absent the last few years. The Pullenburry team, both pro and pro sport. Should tell you what was really impressive was when Cody jumped into Case's pro sport car in a pro event and almost cleaned up.
You can't tell the difference with these guys anymore.
Yeah. So,
well, this is the OMT between Jason Wu and Tyler West. Jason Wu in the Drift Academy S14 leads out. Tyler West, oh, he's going to come knocking on the door. Don't run yourself out. There goes a dirt drop. If there was any contact that forced him out there, Tyler West could be in trouble, but it's up to the judges to see that. We're not running replays today. Now Jason Wu, he's moving away. He's actually starting to gap him. Shallow lines though, bit of a bobble in there. Slight correction from the chase car. See that nose right down
Oh, another correction there as well from Tyler West at the end.
Case gets the win. What'd they see? I'm a huge fan of Case Pullenbury. I just didn't think he won that. Case Pullenbury gets the win. He's going to go into the final. Pete Drever will battle it out if he can. All right, where are they? Come on, move back around. We've got 9 minutes. So they've got to get this battle out now, and then this battle, whoever wins this has got to get straight back out. Are they going to change tyres?
Well, I mean, I guess the good part of that is with the wet is that they aren't using the tyres up. We've got drift Jesus right here, actually. Would you?
In these conditions,
No. You wouldn't need to?
Well, you might get 2 or 3, you'll now get 10 to 15 laps.
Okay.
That should be fine.
All right, so just heard from Stocky, Alex Stocky Griffin. Just said to him, turned around and said, "Oh, would you run another set of tyres? 2 to 3 laps is what you'd get. Well, actually, you'd get 2 on a. If you got Bolinos, you'd get 1.5. But I hear Stocky's moving to Bolinos too.
No way.
No way.
I like money.
Yeah, he likes money too much. That's why he hasn't come back to gamble with me on a Sunday afternoon. I do need to come back home. You know, you're always welcome. All right, anyway, back to drifting. And it is Tyler West's turn to lead out. This is for the last spot in the top 4 to go up against Daniel Edwards. And we'll see what the Fleet Tyres S14. It's your turn to lead. Saw a great lead by Jason Wu. What can Tyler West do? So slightly shallow. Oh, no, it's probably shallow, but came into fill. Good speed in this type of weather conditions. Time to switch. Yeah. Ran him out. Yeah. Run out of space. Run out of room. And that's the chase driver's responsibility. The only thing that would be questionable is whether or not the lead driver was on his line.
So Tyler West doing the job up front and completing that run as well. So Jason Wilson locked himself out there in the centre part of that section.
Just looking towards the judges. They've already done one OMT. Surely that's it, eh? We can't go again. Sudden death OMT? Yeah, awesome.
Is there like a remit section of the D1 season where you can throw a suggestion rule in there that you can...
Normally done once a season, so it'll be done in the off season. I'm just looking forward to...
You as not being a driver, can you still put a remit in?
Of course I can. I'm doing it on behalf of promotion. That's my life.
So we'll probably be looking for a result in the Tyler West Jason Wu. Go down there, left hand side for West, right hand side for Wu. Of course, no sliders this afternoon. And it looks like thumbs up to Tyler West.
Okay. Thumbs up. Tyler West goes through. He'll face Dan Edwards. Okay, so we've obviously got to get the Dan Edwards and Tyler West battle straight back out on track. Whoever wins this one here based on time, what happens there?
So I heard the words revert to rulebook.
All right, let's have a look at qualifying order, because this one here may play a part in this. So Pete Drever, Clayton Daly, Zach, Case Pullenbury. Pete Drever's been knocked out by Pullenbury. I'm looking solely on time. So in this one here, we've got the battle between first and whoever's between Case Pullenbury and Dan Edwards versus Tyler West. Dan Edwards and Tyler West didn't even finish in the top. Didn't feature in the top 10.
So Tyler West was in 14th and Daniel Edwards in 15th.
Case Pullenbury qualified 4th, but he's just beaten Pete Drever, who qualified 1st. if it would come down to it, his position, if it came down to it, and they couldn't do the battle,
No control.
essentially, would that not put Case Pullenbury through to being the round winner?
So what,
Based off qualifying score?
So Pete Drever will certainly pick up third over the loser of the battle between Edwards and West. The good news is they are out on track already.
Well, I'm not getting paid enough. I'm standing between two fucking metal billboards.
Okay, there we go. So so this one here is going straight out, this battle here, and we're trying to get it squeezed through as quick as possible, but the judges will need to make a decision straight away. So we've got Tyler West going up against Daniel Edwards. Daniel Edwards in the Rock and Rumble. Nissan Silvia S14? No, 200 SX. 2JZ under the bonnet. And he'll be going up against Tyler West in the Fleet Tires S14 Silvia. It's 2J versus 2J. There's no RBs out. Did any RBs enter this event?
Potentially not after that top 8.
And here comes the rain again.
So the rain's falling. Probably no time for sight laps
it's
either.
not rain. What do we call it? Liquid horsepower.
Certainly not water in the wind anymore. Although up above Tauhara there, it's very blue and white sky. So very confusing down here at Taupo International Motorsport Park as they lead themselves away. It is Tyler West leading Edwards.
Well, Edwards doesn't care. Look at him. He's definitely trying to get to the final. So Tyler West, a nice job up front, but look at Edwards. He's just...
Daniel Edwards putting all sorts of pressure all over the back of West there and looking really good in that chase position. And
there's a push, and that is put an advantage to the chase driver. Tyler West, what's going on? Just hold on to it. Just drift the whole way back there. Don't wait for Willie. Let's go find ourselves there.
So 16:58 the time, 4:58 p.m. Now, if I remember rightly, there is a 15-minute grace period, I think, from working here. Maybe.
Talk to Mother Nature.
Yeah.
There's a until tomorrow cloud coming through of darkness.
So, also that, yes. But the 5 p.m. curfew.
Oh, and you can see a beautiful shot by our cameraman. Just
so, yeah,
look,
that's the blue
so
sky
if you could see through there, that is actually blue and white.
Yeah, if the what do you call the filter thingies? The HP, the something
neutral density. Yeah, he's just going to open the iris right up on that one there. So he's going to pull out all his ND filters, and then we'll just need to. But then that's possibly just because of the colour. The colour hasn't been balanced. The white balance.
But it is very much blue sky up in the brighter part of the screen there. Oh, there we go. Little wipe.
Yeah, keep going until you show us the drops of water on. All right, looks like we're going back out to what's the action on track, and time is 16:59 New Zealand local time. 4:59. Do we have a 15-minute grace period? Just send them, Willie. Just send them. All right, we're good on track.
Probably getting towards midnight in the States. The Taylor James and the boys probably well refreshed on the beverages by now. Staying up to watch the final of the Pro Sport boys.
Is that thunder in the background?
It is Daniel Edwards leading out Tyler West on the second half of the battle. Edwards, bit of an advantage leading into that. And left foot brake as well being used from Tyler West. But Edwards looking really good out there in that JZ powered SX.
Another wheel off by Tyler West. Saw him bounce across that, or it may have just been a puddle. And if he finishes this one here, he's heading to the final.
That Rock and Rumble looking really good on that line late in that run as well, actually, is Daniel Edwards. So quick result looking to come through. The rain starts falling heavily once again here at Taupo International Motorsport Park.
Okay, so Daniel Edwards has been confirmed, and he will be going through to face Case Pullenbury. Now, just to confirm, because those judges kept on doing one more time, so we're running out of time quickly, there will not be a battle between third and fourth due to time, and we're going to try and push this one here so that we can find ourselves a round winner. So this one will be Case Pullenbury going up against Daniel Edwards. Don't even bother, just send out. Don't put any tyres on.
So that'll see Pete Drever pick up third position overall for round number 3 of the Pro Sport Championship. Tyler West will grab fourth position. So a little bit of a point haul, probably not quite the point haul that Pete Drever was looking for. A bit of lightning now striking in front of us.
Gosh, I'm looking forward to driving home tonight.
And there's the thunder to follow. So thunderstorms in Taupo.
But look, there's a little bit of blue just on the left-hand corner.
And a few spectators braving their weather getting out onto pit wall. Dare I suggest that's probably either Case Pullenbury's crew or Daniel Edwards' crew.
Well, let's have a look and see how they got there. Case Pullenbury qualified. Where's Case? There he is. Qualified in fourth position, had a pass through into the top 16 before taking on Scott Keegan. Won that one there, went up against Keisuke Nagashima. Managed to win that one there before going up against Pete Drever. Got the win over Pete, which sent him into the final. That would lead us to Daniel Edwards.
Daniel qualified himself in 15th position, came up against the second qualifier, Clayton Daly, in his second top 16 battle, and managed to pick up the win there. Went against Dean Young, who was looking in fine form, took the win there, and then, as we saw just before, took the win against Tyler West to get himself into this top battle. It is your championship points leader, Case Pullenbury.
In a hurry, it's Case Pullenbury, and we have the final of the Valvoline D1NZ National Drifting Championship Pro Sport. Round number 3 here, Taupo International Motorsport Park. It's been a weird old day here in Taupo, certainly bringing lots and lots of sunshine mixed with now a whole heap of rain. But there can only be 2 at the top, and these 2 got there. And of course we're going to see the higher qualifier. Case Pullenbury will set the pace early, leading out. And that'll be up against Daniel Edwards. Daniel Edwards in the Rock and Rumble Nissan Silvia. Got 480 kilowatt 2JZ under the bonnet, the 45 on the door. Daniel Edwards, beautiful looking car. And he'll be going up against the CK Earthworks 2JZ powered Nissan S14 of the 18-year-old. He's been driving now since he was 16 in the D1NZ, and now he's out there trying to get his third podium, his third win in a row. Case Pullenbury. This is the final. This is the Pro Sport. This is the Valvoline D1NZ National Drifting Championship. Time to scrub. Tony G, it's final time.
Yep, not ideal conditions out there for the top 2, but either way, they're going to get done. Launchmaster Willie just chilling out over there in the recovery vehicle. So they'll do what they can to get as much warmth into those tyres. And Case Pullenbury says,
like, nah, I'm good, I'm good. Now, of course, we've seen that's the same set of tyres that Daniel Edwards has just done the last 16 runs. Let's see how they go this time here. This is the final of the Valvoline D1NZ National Drifting Championship, round number 3 of the Pro Sport Championship, Taupo International Motorsport Park. Ladies and gentlemen, it's final time!
So Case Pullenbury there leading them out. Lots of water coming off the back of those cars as he sends it in. Going to look to fill out that outer zone as they have since the rain has been falling. But Daniel Edwards, a bit of a bobble in behind Case there in a big straight line. So it's going to be advantage Case Pullenbury if he can just hang on through this final run. And he's going to get down through the inner zone. Yeah, another straight line there as well.
Case needs to hold on to this.
So, yep, like you say, all he's got to do is hang on and finish and complete that run. His spotter will be in his ear telling him exactly what he needs to do and also what's happened behind him. He's got it all good through there. I thought he was about to over-rotate, actually.
Wow, this kid has it all. He won round number 1 in Hampton Downs. He won round number 2, which was in Mount Smart Stadium.
Has anyone actually gone 5 from 5? And
the best we've seen is 4 in a row, Nico Reed.
The people's champion, isn't he?
The people's champion.
How good was it to see him back?
Oh, it's been amazing to see Nico home. People say back, I say home because
love it.
Yeah, it's been just fantastic to see. And if you want to see him down at Manfield Circuit Crusader, that's next weekend. If you want to come and watch him at Trustpower Bay Park Stadium for the grand finale, grab your tickets, D1NZ.com.
We've got 193 people tuning in there. Let's do that thing. Let's go Angry Reacts for Case Pullenburry and Heart Reacts for Daniel Edwards.
All right, that's what we want to see. Angry Reacts for, if you want to say Case, it's normally love. But okay, we'll go Angry for Case.
Yeah, he's driving angry.
Yeah, because he's driving angry.
And we want some love for Daniel Edwards to get an advantage.
So is that
and
just
come
a
back
thumbs
for
up?
one more time.
All right, there we go.
I just like seeing that. It looks cool.
Yeah, look, there's a lot of angry out there. There's a lot of laughing faces as well. Thanks, everyone, for that has tuned into the live stream. I'm not sure what's going to happen after this one here due to weather, if we're going to be able to get some cameras and stuff out there for prize giving. I guess we will find out as we get ready for the second half, what can only be the last half, surely, of the final. And they have set off in what would seem like pitch darkness.
Certainly getting darker out there. Daniel Edwards leads off Case Pullenburry in the second half of the run. And huge advantage to Case Pullenburry. Edwards now initiates. Pullenburry is probably going to hang back a little bit in the wet conditions as well. Doesn't need to do too much and put too much pressure on Edwards after the lead run. And Edwards, he's doing a great...
Oh, what are you telling Case to do? He's like, no, I'm coming to battle.
Yeah.
It's easier to use a mobile clipping point. He's just got to hold on to that one there. And a switch. Now this is, you can't dive too low. He's fine. Just wash that car out. Don't get too far up on the bumper. And that's got to be it.
So plenty of angry reacts coming through still for Case Pullenburry. We like it.
The 18-year-old going up against the 27-year-old Case Pullenburry, the CK Earthworks 2JZ powered Nissan S14 236 is his door number. Let's see if he's done enough to take the win. Of course, we've got Daniel Edwards in the Rock and Rumble. Has he done enough? Have we got a result? I guess we're going to find out. Well, it's been a fun day. We'll see you, see some of the people leaving the room. See them on next weekend down at Manfield Circuit Crusader. Oh, I'm going to go and get wet.
So that's the answer to your question, Steve. If you're trying to figure out what's going on downstairs with the cameras and the presentation, it will happen out there in the wet. So, like Steve said, it has been a great day here for the Valvoline D1NZ Pro Sport Championship round number 3, Taupo International Motorsport Park. I've said it all day, my uneducated guess. Potentially Case Pullenburry, clearly with an advantage over Daniel Edwards, with a big straight line in his chase run, Edwards. But looking good as the day went on, he got better and better as well. Qualifying in 15th place and fought his way back up to finish second and grab second points unofficially, of course. Official results very shortly, and with the time management coming into play, Pete Drever from the rulebook will take third position and Tyler West into fourth. So the rain beginning to come down heavier and sideways here again at Taupo International Motorsport Park. Rescue crew out there doing a great job on track cleanup. course, shout out once again to the judges for doing a fantastic job next door. All the pro drivers, Ben Jenkins, Kirk Lackey and Sam West, one of the toughest jobs in drifting. So we're crossing down to Steve very shortly. For the presentation, and some unfavourable conditions downstairs. Glad it's not me. I've managed to start here in this nice heat pump room. Just waiting on the communication from downstairs, make sure all things are go.
Okay, well, we're good to go. We might be all right with this one. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in and coming in to see the Valvoline D1NZ National Drifting Championship, round number 3 of the Pro Sport Championship. It's a miserable day here in Taupo, and we're going to do our best to bring you guys the prize giving. We're going to go straight to third place in the ABC Drift Kings. Pete Drever, well done, mate. Fantastic result for you, mate. You've got to be happy.
Cheers, Steve. Yeah, really stoked with the results. Yeah, it's been a battle today. We had awesome conditions all morning, and then now this. So, yeah, it's been pretty wicked day.
You got some amazing sponsors.
Yeah. I'd like to thank ABC Drift Kids, been one of them. Top Tune NZ for tuning the car. Central Auto Parts. There's a big list. Mum and Dad, R&S Drever, Taranaki Marine Tech. Attraction Sign and Design. Yeah, there's a big list that goes on. Thank you for all your ongoing support. It's massive and it means a lot to me. So.
Well, it's great to see a couple of Drevers on podiums this weekend. Well done to you. All right, well, now it comes to the battle for first and second place. So in second place for round 3 of the Valvoline D1NZ, I think you know. Come on, Dan Edwards, well done to you, mate. Second place, a great result for you.
Yeah, I'm stoked. I'm absolutely stoked. Honestly, couldn't have gone better.
And of course, you can't do this without all the amazing sponsors that look after you and get you out there on track.
Yeah, and my team right behind the camera there. Rock and Rubble, Horizon Tires, honestly couldn't do it with them. Cam Banks, a reliable group. The Bistro, Taupo, Plateau Lodge and Infinity Auto Works. And my partner's at home and her father, Sealing NZ. So honestly stoked.
That's awesome. Congratulations. Well done. Well, let's bring him over. The round winner for the third time in 2023, Case Pullenbury, that 2JZ CK Earthworks, Sylvia, absolutely on fire, and you peddling it, amazing.
Yeah, it was just insane, eh? Like, pretty tough conditions out here today. Like Pete said, we had good dry conditions in the morning, and then it all just switched, so it was pretty much everything that we had was just back to square one again. But I definitely wouldn't have been able to make it here or make it through any of my battles without my sponsors. Core Civil, he's been massive this year. CK Earthworks, Signs, Wraps and Tints for always keeping the car, mint, because we always blowing doors off and whatnot. The Body Shop for always getting us painted up and looking nice, and Paving and Concrete Solutions for their support, JT Performance for always keeping the car tuned up well, and anyone else that I missed, huge thank you for all the ongoing support. Yeah.
Case, well done, mate. Look, 3 in a row. That's something pretty special.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know what to say. Yeah, I don't really have anything to say. Yeah, just trying to go hard and see what happens, and yeah, it seems to be paying off this year. Yeah.
All right, well done, brother. That is a fantastic result. I guess, guys, there's only one place to go now. Where are we going?
Down in front of the podium, bro.
We're going to go down in the front of the podium?
It stopped raining.
It stopped raining. All right, we're going to head down there. We're going to see if we can move the camera. You guys just walk past. Here, Charlie, just pointed at me. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in to the Valvoline D1NZ National Drifting Championship, round number 3 here, Taupo International Motorsport Park. It's been a great day. Thank you to Tony Gallagher for joining me in commentary. Thank you to everybody else. I guess there's only one last thing to do. Have we actually got some champagne down there? I don't know. We're going to bring them down to the podium. Come and check these guys out. Those are you guys, the winners. The podium for today. And, of course, if you're a pro fan, make sure you come and check out what's happening next weekend at Manfield Circuit Chris Amon. We've got the Pro Championship going out, and then after that we've got on May the 12th and 13th, Trustbauer Bay Park Stadium. It's time for the grand finale. Tickets available at D1NZ.com. All right, let's go. You know what? I think it's time to spray. We've already started popping. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in to the Valvoline D1NZ National Drifting Championship today, Taupo International Motorsport Park. It's been a wet one, it's been a dry one, but it's all done and dusted. We look forward to seeing you guys at Manfield, of course seeing you guys at Bay Park, the home of the grand finale. We'll see you next time.
What's up guys, Ben Jenkins here, driving the Carter's Tires Pukekohe GT86 as a part of Team Jenkins Motorsport. This weekend, Bay Park, the final of our championship, we're going to put on a show. We've got the Aussies, we've got the Kiwis, and it's coming down to a nail biter. So get your tickets now and get down to Bay Park. Let's finish this championship off hot.
Which oil? You know. Valvoline, the original engine oil. Which oil has been trusted for over 150 years. He knows. And you know. Valvoline, the original engine oil.